Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the candy shop, everyone. Hopefully, this time StreamYard will stop playing with us and we are able to just get into it. Yes, yes, yes. So, everyone, as you come in to the candy shop, welcome all of my candy canes. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And before we get into it, I can't wait to say hi to some people. Let's do it. Hey, Miss Gemini's Talk. She goes, I can't wait. Hey, pretty girl. I saw your recap. Thank you so much. I absolutely loved it. And I'm going to get into a couple of things that you said too. So that will be exciting. Hey, G-Rod. How are you, sweetheart? Hey, hey. G-Rod says, hi, Candy Cane. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Sasha T. She says, hey, Candy, Sutton is so full of BS. She was 100 with those. She was on 100 with those antics directed at Crystal. That was nothing but deflection from the fact that she was the only one who didn't buy Garcelle a gift. Also, where was all this energy for Kathy when she continues to clown you and call you a peeping Tom Thomasina? Sutton needs to just Kathy and not Crystal. Girl. Yes, well, I think everyone is, and for guys of you who are listening, she's referring to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I think that everyone is scared of Kathy. Like, they really revere her. So I don't think anyone will ever go against Kathy Hilton, regardless of what she says. I have to go back and watch that scene to see, was Sutton included when Rinna said that? Was Sutton actually included with all of those girls there? Because you know how they like to have their little powwows with the girls and leave Sutton out. So I have to go back and make sure that she was there. But I do think that Crystal antagonizes Sutton. I do think she was over the top, and I do want her to bring it down a bit. But I think that Crystal knows exactly what buttons to push. I just wish Sutton wouldn't take the bait. All right, but we are going to get into my reactions. Were you guys here on, I guess it was Tuesday at this point, right? Were you guys here on Tuesday when Blaine, aka Monica, aka, I'm not going to say the other people, the alleged names of the people because I don't want to get in trouble, called into the show? So I've seen recap videos, I've seen reaction videos. So I wanted to talk to you guys and also give my perspective on, do I think it was Monica or not? So let's get into your comments before we get into it. And as long as StreamYard isn't playing around, I'm going to drop that link so you guys can join me in a little bit. P says, hey, at Young Rich. Young Rich had asked, I'm going to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer 2. Child, that Martell almost made me jump through the screen. No, I haven't seen that trailer, but we will be discussing every episode because I love that show. So we will be getting into it. Young Rich says, hey, at P. Chow, I'm ready today. These YouTube scoops are crazy today, Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Stop being sheep. Okay, bad. Let's see who else is in here, you guys. Let's see who else. Musicals Astro T, you are so on point about Sutton. Yes, yes, yes. Who else are we going to say hi to as we all come in? Is Queen Tulsa coming? LOL. Of course not. She doesn't want this smoke. She does not want this smoke. Queen Tulsa, we had your funeral. You're done. Bye-bye. And I think I blocked her. And if Wiley tries to come back in, he might have to catch a block too. Mr. Gemini says, LOL at the world. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box before we jump into it. Yes. Hey, Tara Sill. She says, love you, Candy. I love you too, sweetheart. I love all you candy canes. Yes. DGF says, hello, hashtag Candy Cane Gang. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Tara says, oh, yes, honey, Monica will be here. She will be here. She'll be showing up with the narcissistic child. Kelly Jean says, so many names we chasing. I know. Yes, yes, yes. E-Boogie says, hi, everyone. Hello, E-Boogie. Okay. Sam Blanc says, hey, friends. Hey, XOXO is in the building. I'm going to go a couple more shout outs and then we are going to dive into it. Yes, yes, yes. Jennifer, hi Jennifer Macia. She was made to a live. Can't wait. That's right. We are about to get into it. I just want to make sure I say hi to my people in the chat because I love my candy canes. I love you. Joanna Morris says, hey, candy canes. Hey, hey. Oh, our favorite Darren Hood is in here. He says, hi, candy canes. Yes, yes, yes. Is Monica coming? Of course not. Okay, let's see who else is in here. Perfectly in Perfect World says Monica was here first. Okie dokie. But we will all be here last because we're all still standing. Mary says, hello, beautiful people. Yes, yes, yes. Make it make sense. There's too much drama in these YouTube streets, but it can be fun drama. Ageless Beauty says, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Christina Estrada says, hey, Candy. All right. So let's get into it. Okay. So Karen Mill says, hey, girl, hey. All right. So we have people in the room. That is right. So if you're in the room, like this video, subscribe, and share. And now we are going to get into it. So my thoughts. I think it really was Monica. And I'm going to tell you why. So I know that there is a school of thought going around, which may or may not be true, that there are multiple Monicas, right? That there are like 2 or 3 women who were either rotating as Monica, or, you know, one was doing the YouTube and one was doing the Instagram and one was doing the Twitter, or they were all rolling together. So there is that school of thought. So whether or not it is this one avatar Monica or if it's multiple people, I believe the person who called in was one of them. So I'll just clump it as that. And I'll tell you why. So first off, it was the voice, the cadence of her voice, the way she talks, the inflection. Like, you can use a voice box to hide certain things, but the way in which you speak, the way in which you carry yourself through your voice and your language, it is really, really hard to change unless you are like a professional at it and you've been training for it, for like trying to get an Oscar for like a role, you know, like, so the voice box can change and enhance your, like, the texture and the tone of your voice, but your inflection, your word choice, your breathing patterns, is really indicative of you. It's almost like handwriting, right? Like your handwriting, people, there's like handwriting experts and fingerprints and things like that. You have unique patterns under you. And the woman, Blaine, whoever she is who called in, to me, really reflected those same exact patterns. She used the same word choice. She used the same breathing pattern, all of it. She also made some noticeable slip ups when she kept being like, oh, like for clicks and views and all that stuff. That term, do you remember that's really what Schoolboy kept saying? She really brought the term clicks and views around. I think it was when Plez did her lives, like, oh yeah, Plez just wants some clicks and views. And we all know that Schoolboy was just reading from the script that Mommy Monica gave her. So I really think that the word choices and the phrases that she used really told on herself. So she used clicked and views. It was the laugh. I think she said nice, nasty as well. And that is a term that Monica has used a lot. She also said things about her lifestyle, like, oh, I work in corporate America. Monica says that she's worked in corporate America. She was like, oh, I'm mixed or whatever. Monica has always talked about having quote unquote good hair, and when she would like let her hair down. And also just like the voice quality was the same. And then also her really nasty, dismissive shade that she tried to pull, right? Like, Monica the narcissist. Yes, Monica the narcissist. And I think she kept saying that because she had seen our video that we did when I'd said all about the T avatar case in narcissism. And remember when we broke it all down about how Monica is a classic narcissist? So I think she was kind of doing a dig because she had watched that. And to me, when you do that, that means it hits you personally. Like, just a regular teacup and just a regular person watching, even if you are a minion of Monica, you're not going to repeatedly say, oh, Monica the narcissist, and that nasty, condescending tone unless you were personally affected by it, unless you felt someone was talking to you about it. So I do think that it was her, and she took me calling her a narcissist very personally, as she should, because I am calling her a narcissist, allegedly, in my opinion. And then she also did another couple of traits that kind of, again, proved her narcissism. One, you're calling into a show, fronting using another avatar, fake photo, fake name, and talking and referring to yourself in the third person, trying to push a narrative that no one is no longer buying. Blaine, why didn't you show your face, Blaine? Why were you blocking all of these people? She had blocked Young Rich. Young Rich is always in our chat box. She is one of our favorite candy canes. She blocked Young Rich on Twitter. I was watching, shout out to Ms. Gemini Talks. I was watching her recap last night, and Blaine on Twitter had preemptively blocked Ms. Gemini, but Ms. Gemini hadn't even been interacting with Blaine. So why would a random person who isn't personally involved and invested block her preemptively? Because Miss Gemini Talks, if you guys haven't followed her, go to her channel, give her some likes, some views, and follow her as well, was giving her perspective and recaps. So clearly Blaine had been trolling her channel and got in her little feelings and preemptively blocked her, which to me is absolutely insane. Like, I wouldn't block a person just because they didn't like a YouTuber that I liked. Like, that just literally makes no sense. People in the chat box are saying they were blocked too. Aaron Lee says blocked me on Twitter too. New York Finest, I will put a link in the description to just the Blaine part so you guys can go back and re-listen to that. Yeah, and DG F67 says Blaine use of filler words were the same. Exactly. And I do think that the biggest red flag for me was when she said, what was it? She says, oh, how come no one believes the receipts I have? Come again? Excuse me? What? That you have? That to me was the biggest tell. Because when you are in something and you are pretending to talk in the third person, at some point you're going to slip up. At some point, you're going to slip into who you really are, your real personality, your real presence. And I think that she was so in her feelings that everyone chose to believe So Debonair and Princess and Plez and the Bishop over her, that she was so in her feelings she let it slip. Because if it wasn't her, what you would have said was, well, how come nobody believes the receipts that XO ABC sent me? You know, I sent them these receipts that I got, or the receipts I saw on Kempire, or the receipts I saw on Tisa Tells, or the receipts I saw on Miss Gemini. I'm throwing out names here, not really associated, right? But when you say, how come no one believes the receipts I have, you're talking about your personal receipts. And when you see she tried to wind it back and pretend like she was like, oh no, I'm a part of this like girl chat group and it was like, girls, bye, you lying. Hey Jay, thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, Blaine blocked on Twitter, didn't say anything to her. She called someone's job in our Unmasking the Avatar group on Facebook. It's dangerous now. Damn, good thing I work for myself. Yeah, I mean, it is dangerous. It really, really is dangerous. And thank you so much, Jay, for the super chat. I really appreciate your support. Yeah, but it is dangerous. And again, if Blaine is calling people, Brenda, hey, beautiful Brenda. She goes, 400 people watching, hit that like button. That is right. If you guys are in here, hit that like, subscribe, and share, and support in any way that you want to or feel comfortable. But I just really love you guys being here. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope this is fun and entertaining for you too. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Yes, but to me, that was the biggest telling thing, because she was in her feelings. And she's like, how come nobody believes the receipts I have? You mean your receipts that you made side chick a pasta holy her read on that bizarre live that you did? No one believes your receipts, Monica, because you didn't really have any. Like, you didn't have any concrete receipts. So that's why, Monica, Avatar, Blaine, nobody believes the receipts you have. And also because it's not just one person having receipts against you. Everyone's receipts and stories confirm the other person's. So it's not just like Plez has receipts. It's not just Marcella has receipts. It's not just So Debonair or Princess has receipts. They individually have receipts that collectively validate all of their stories. So the jig is up, Avatar, Monica. You can't lie anymore. You can't do all this stuff. There is no way that all of these people separately have collective receipts that implicate you in being a narcissistic tyrant who was exploiting these people and playing everyone. Marcella said on lives point blank that she wanted the super chats to be split with the panels and to go to certain people. And the receipts show that you literally did not do that. That is fraud and theft. Allegedly. If someone says, give this money to someone and you keep that money, isn't that stealing? I don't know. Make it make sense, Monica, Blaine, Avatar. Make it make sense. And all of their receipts, all of their screenshots, all of their conversations validate everybody's story. And that is why you wanted to keep them divided. That is why you wanted to keep them at each other's throats. Because if they all came together, then all the pieces would fit. And that's why, again, shout out to House of the Princess. I am so happy Princess told her story, because then we had all of the pieces. And all of the pieces co-signed each other's story. Even Schoolboy in her rant. Because again, when people are reading a script or they have a predetermined, lie or whatever you want to call it, when they get in their feelings, the truth usually comes out. So even during Schoolboy's rant, when she got in her feelings, she went off script and she let it be known. She knew about Plez giving her 2 weeks. She knew about all of that. Monica had told her. She let it be known that she talked to Monica on that Sunday when Monica alleged that she had laryngitis and couldn't talk to anybody. So even Schoolboy's receipts co-signed what everybody else was saying accidentally. And then Schoolboy again was caught in lies, right? Because she was on that First Lady panel being like, I talked to Plez for 3 hours. But then when she came on our show, she said that she hadn't talked to Plez. And somebody else's show too. So which is it? Right? And if all of these people are saying that Schoolboy used to be cool and then flipped on them, all of these people can't be wrong. When the common denominator is you, that means you're the problem. Right? Make it make sense. So that was another big thing. And then what else did she do? Because she did a lot. Okay, berating the panel. So did you guys catch how she confirmed what we all were thinking about? Did you catch how she confirmed what we all were thinking about Schoolboy? Because she said on the live, she goes, yeah, Schoolboy was complicit. She said that. So that right there shows you we were all right. That Schoolboy is still under her thumb and that Schoolboy still wants to be with her, but she's not really messing with Schoolboy like that anymore. And that Schoolboy was consciously being messy and carrying bones and drama and little seeds of paranoia, pitting people against each other consciously. Because on my live, she said, yes, Schoolboy was complicit. And how are you confirming Schoolboy being complicit unless you're Monica? Blaine. Hey, Catty B, thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, Blaine's Twitter account has some disturbing things in there, like calling Black people monkeys. Ugh, that's disgusting. Maybe that's why it's on private, because I tried to go and see, because I was like, I bet you I'm blocked. But when I was on it, it was private, and there's no way I'm going to request it. But yeah, it was really weird. It had like this, a photo of like Meghan Markle, and then it had some quote on like racism or something. And I was just like, this is doing the most. Oh, and thank you for reminding me. Whatever happened to All About the Tea's Instagram account? Do you guys remember right before the demise, she kept being like, I'm trying to get my Instagram back. Instagram's being crazy. What? But did I miss what happened? Why was it taken down? Why was it revoked? Like, what was that? Because if you think about it, that was on the cusp of when everything went down and crazy. And I wonder what was happening with Instagram that made that happen, right? So I kind of want to see what happened. Oh, Lulu M is saying, And thank you so much, Caddy B, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you. Lulu M is saying it was right after Apple Watts. Yeah, that was crazy what happened with Apple Watts. I'm not going to lie. That was crazy. So maybe it did have something to do with that. Thank you, Lulu M. Hey, marinated caramel. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat, sweetheart. New subscriber, you are so beautiful. Love your content. Been watching for a minute. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love that. Welcome to the candy shop. All candy canes are welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Ms. Jametta. She goes, hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, doll. And you are beautiful too. And thank you so much for your lovely recap. It really made me think. And you inspired me to do this live. I was just like, people are doing recaps. Let me give it, like, is it, and let me know, is it cheesy to do a recap of my own live? If it is, I don't care. I am here for it. I am here for it. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Gemini Talks. I love you, sweetheart. Mwah. Thank you. So yeah, so she was berating everyone except for Schoolboy. And then another reason why I really believe it was Monica is because of how she was going in on So Debonair. Like, why was she so bothered by So Debonair? Like, she was going in. And I remember she was like, I don't understand why So Debonair was just like, got so upset about something so small and insignificant or whatever she said. I'm paraphrasing at this point. Like, why did he get so upset? Like, why did he get so mad? Like, he just like blew this out of proportion. And I'm just like, what? You have to be Monica. You have to be Monica, because that is exactly what Monica said during her live. The same exact way and with that same exact attitude. 100%. Tara Steele says trolling going on. Okay, anybody in here who is a troll, you can be in here, that's fine, but be respectful. You can disagree. You don't have to like me, but you have to be respectful to me and my candy cans. So share your opinion, whatever it may be, but in a respectful way. Okay? So yeah. Oh, that's right. And thank you so much. Oh, the chat went really, really fast. But someone said, and I'm sorry if I can't give you credit, but someone in the comments just said, because the chat went really fast, so I apologize. But someone said, and what do you call it? What Tulsa was saying about So Debonair wasn't small. Exactly. What Tulsa was saying about So Debonair and Marcella wasn't small. Right? And again, she was defending Tulsa, being like, oh, who cares about her? Why are you giving her life? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you sent Tulsa to go do that. And what Tulsa was saying wasn't small. And if somebody said that about you, you would be jumping off being like, cancel that bitch and all this stuff and being all crazy and doing the thing you want to do, right? Insane. Absolutely insane. Tulsa needed to be checked. And I am so happy it was Marcella who checked her. She slaughtered her, and that is it. Hey, Miss Bernice. Hey, beautiful. She goes, So Debonair had nothing to do with her whatsoever, only saying that he's not going to call her mama. Yeah, I know. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But that, again, just shows you she had Tulsa's back, Schoolboy's back. She went in on So Debonair. She went in on everyone else. And another thing that she did that really showed us who she was is that she said, and I mean Blaine, when she called in, oh, thank you, A22, not taking it all to do recap on your video, live in the moment, shine bright. Yay! Thank you, sweetheart, and thank you so much for this super chat. Yeah, because I was just like, why not? Let's recap the recap, right? Let's do the damn thing. Okay, so, where was I? Yes, oh, that's right. So she said, Blaine said when she called in, which mirrored exactly what Monica said when she did her like reveal all live with the side chick from Pastor Holy Horror and Wiley, which was, oh, well, the panelists were grown people. They were grown people and they chose to work for free. Like they knew what they were signing up for. Like they chose to do it. Like they were grown people. Like they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were getting into. Same exact dialogue, same exact sentiment, same exact everything. And that is exactly what Monica said during her live, what Blaine said when she called in. Oh, well, these were grown folks. They knew what they were doing. They agreed to it. Like, nobody made them do it. Like, why would they do that? Almost being like, you remember how Monica used to call us stupid? She'd be like, what are you, stupid? It was in that same way. Like, these are grown people and they decided to do it. With the undertone being like, well, if they were stupid enough to get duped, then I'm going to be smart enough to dupe them. Like, that was the essence of what she was saying. And you only say that if it's from a personal place, right? So she really, really told on herself. Like, she really, really did. And let's see what else she did. So the multiple Monicas, the Instagram we talked about, nice nasty. The girl group chat was like, whatever. What else was going on? Defending schoolboy, lifestyle, mixed voice. But let's see what you guys are saying in the comment chat box. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are so funny. Hey, Nina Ruth, she goes, that Blaine person was giving me Karen vibes / Monica. Exactly. It was insane. And it was just really super creepy. Like, the whole situation was creepy. I'm dropping the link for anyone who wants to call in. And we are going to speak it into existence that StreamYard is going to be very working and kind to all of us. So, yes. All right, I just put it in the description in the chat box if anybody wants to call in. Okay, but let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Hey, Natasha, she was Monica. Hey, Natasha was Monica was running a cult. She really was running a cult, and that's why she lost her damn mind when people started to leave. Like, she was absolutely insane. Insane. Hey, Natalia.
Hey Candy, how are you?
Good. How are you? Do you want to weigh in, sweetheart?
Yeah, I feel like Monica, like she's just too manipulative, and I feel like she thinks she does nothing wrong. Like she's a very narcissist person. And I was like really shocked that it was Monica because I wasn't like understanding what you guys were saying. So when I heard you were like, oh, it's Monica, so I was just confused. But I like the way you handled the situation.
Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. I was I could make sense that we could tell Candy was about to laugh while they were talking. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. Because I'm the type of person where I don't know what it is, but I will listen to someone and then I'm just like, I'm gonna let you dig your own grave. Like, you're gonna do all the work for me, and then I'm just gonna say something back. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hi,
How
Dee.
did
Do you
you
want
get your
to? Hey. Oh wait. Okay, Natalia. Were you done? If not, we're gonna move on to D. But if you weren't, you can finish your thoughts.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, how did you get your skin so smooth?
Oh, how do I get my skin so smooth? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I will. You know what? I could do a video on my skincare routine and like the different products that I use. But I will tell
Okay.
you this: drink. It's gonna sound very basic, but it works. You want to drink a lot of water. I drink a ton of water. Wear
Mm-hmm.
sunscreen and moisturize. But I will do
Okay.
a video on my exact skincare routine.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, no problem. Hey Dee, do you want to share?
Hey, yes, I was calling
Hi.
in because I could not believe that that was Monica and that she actually called you. Like, she was really on one yesterday, and that she's watching your videos and seeing what people are saying. And that she actually was like, I have something to say. And it was interesting that she had something negative to say about pretty much everyone, including herself allegedly herself. She had something negative to say about Princess's live being too long and unnecessary, and that they were not Schoolboy's friends. But she didn't have nothing negative to say about Schoolboy. That, so debonair was in his feelings over something that was small. The nice Nancy, she really was on one yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, that is Monica. I had to watch her video like twice to make sure. Like, was that her calling in? Oh no, I don't know. Let me go back and listen because this is crazy. Like she I don't know. Candy girl, you really
Yeah,
pulled her out of her bag because she was in her
I
feelings really seriously yesterday. She really was. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she's on here talking her mess." And like you said, the inflections in her voice, the things that she said, it was too much coincidental. And then it was if you had so much negative things to say and you felt that a lot of this was unnecessary and people were grown and they, knew what they were doing getting a part of this panel. And why are you so invested? Why are you part of a group that is investigating this Monica person? Why are you personally so invested in what's going on if at first you feel like a lot of this is irrelevant, unnecessary, all this other stuff? Why then are you part of a personal group chat of people that are what are you guys doing in this personal group chat? Or
agreed,
what are y'all up to?
agreed,
Why are y'all
hundred
sharing
percent.
secrets, you know, receipts, and what is it all for? To expose
Exactly.
Monica, but then you feel like all of this stuff is unnecessary and people are grown and why are they doing the things they're doing? Then why are you invested in this group and bringing her down and figuring out who she is? It's weird. It was just
Exactly,
really, it
because it
was
was,
so weird.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was all a front. It was all a front. It's like, why did you spend 5 hours or X amount of hours of your life dissecting
Hmm.
somebody's life that you want to come on here and say is too long and try and slaughter? And also, to your point, and I was going to say this, I think that Monica, when she came on here as Blaine and she was being negative towards Monica, I think that was her nice, nasty way of being sarcastic. Because if you
Right.
actually listen to her, she was like, yeah, Monica, the narcissist, like, yeah, she was narcissistic, she was passive aggressive and blah, 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 blah. Like, it was, and if you go back and you watch past episodes, she would be very, very sarcastic and she would be
Hmm.
very like tongue in cheek with stuff. And then
Yes.
remember when sometimes the teacups would take her literally, she'd be like, "What are you stupid? What are you stupid? Like I'm pretty sure I was being sarcastic. You don't know what sarcasm is." And it's that
Yes.
same tone. So I think she was coming on here and she thought she was going to troll me because I called her a narcissist. But what actually happened was she exposed herself anymore and she looks bonkers,
Right.
absolutely bonkers.
I thought about that because she, like, if you watched her show, we were all teacups at one point. She did kind of expose little things about herself over time, little tidbits. And she kind of sort of did the same thing on the live, where she was kind of saying little things about herself. I'm not going to get on here and tell you all of my business. Oh, I work in corporate America, and oh, I live here, and oh, I live there. No, I'm coming in, I'm giving you my commentary on what I believe and keep it moving. She was exposing way too much information, her Twitter handle, her this, her that, the group she's part of. She was way too much invested into what's going on and not just the surface fun of it all and the kiki of it all. It was like she was really invested in it, and it was too deep.
100%, and that's why she kept speaking. That's why she kept going in and out of third and first person.
Right,
Sometimes when you're
right.
like, oh, you're right, Monica is a narcissist, and but she's like, but how come nobody believes the receipts I have? It's like, which one is it? Is
Why
it
do you have
Monica, the third
receipts?
person, or is it the receipts that you personally have? Right?
First of all, if you would have had some receipts, you personally, Candy, and you would have got some receipts from somebody, you would have been exposing those receipts like, hey, I got some receipts from some people about some stuff about this Monica avatar. Not, oh, it's a private group and I have to get permission from them to see. And then she wanted some information. She was really going hard on um Marcella and this lawsuit that Marcella has or whatever, like who and Marcella blocking people that were questioning her about
Mhm.
this lawsuit and this lawsuit with Marcella and all this other stuff. She really was trying to like pin a point or try to maybe put Marcella down or whatever she's got going on with this
Yeah.
lawsuit, try to,
Discredit.
discredit her and take that
Discredit.
credibility away from her. She really was like, I think she had some points in calling in. Like she wanted to talk about certain things to discredit their 5 hour live and how they possibly dissed Schoolboy and her mental health. How, Marcella is
Mhm.
blocking people that are asking her polite, valid questions about a lawsuit. She was on one, yes. She really was.
She
It,
was.
it, it,
She
ex-
really,
it
yeah,
exposed a lot.
it did. Thank you so much,
You're
Dee.
welcome. Thank you so much for everything. You keep
Oh,
doing your thing.
absolutely. Thank
Keep
you.
doing your
Thank you so
thing.
much. I know Monica is shaking. She's shaking.
She's shaking the table, child.
Ryan's got her shaking. All right, all right. Micheline, do you want to chime in? Do you want to share?
Yes. Hey, Candy. Hey, Candy Cane.
Hi, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. I want to piggyback off the last caller. She overshared. As a fan, as people who just watch a show, when you call in, you're gonna give your opinion about what's going on, the subject. You're not gonna make it personal and start sharing your job, what you do. I'm a speech pathologist. Monica says words very distinctively, and she is
Mm-hmm.
always showing herself. She always going to other people live, trying to act like she's somebody else, but it's her. The way she pronounced certain words, if you were an avid teacup, when she say certain words, you don't even have to listen to her
Yep.
for a whole minute. You already know, like, Monica, girl, bye, bye, bye. We see through your smoke and mirrors, and she's so crazy. She think the audience is so dumb. She had us fooled now. She had us fooled, but she still think we in that state of mind that she can go to all these different YouTubers and act like she's somebody else, and we're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's not Monica. She's giving a different perspective about the whole thing. No, you did everybody on your team dirty. You came up over 100,000 subscribers. You boring. Her documentaries are cute. You are boring. If it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for that panel and COVID, she would have never had the
Exactly.
100,000+. And then she's trying to discredit this. She's trying to discredit the panel, like, oh, whatever. They needed me. How could they build a platform if they was on your show for 3-4 hours every day? Sometimes I would get tired and just get off the live, like, oh, this is too much for me. This is too long. My attention span is too short. That's all I wanted to say. But Monica, girl, we on you. Nosy is on that neck. We know it's you. And then if Miss Tolbert is not Monica, why don't Monica interview her? Why don't Monica interview her? That's the question. Hashtag Monica, why don't you interview Miss Tolbert?
Yep. That's the thing. If it's not you, do a panel with all of these fake Monicas and interview them. Do it. Why not?
If she could go to, what's the lady, down the rabbit hole that has a very low subscriber count. If you could go conduct an interview there, why she's not on Monica channel? Why Monica not interviewing her if that's not Monica? Why is Monica not interviewing her? That's the question. Hashtag Monica, why are you not interviewing Miss Tolbert?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, this is all alleged, our opinion.
Allegedly.
We don't want anybody coming after us. And no shade down the rabbit hole. I don't like to shade other YouTubers. However, make it make sense. But no shade all love.
Yeah.
Just make it make sense. Yes.
That was my 2 cents. I'll let other colors get in.
Thank you so much.
No
Yay,
problem.
well, thank you. Yeah, you can hang out, drop off, whatever you want. It's up
I'll
to
be
you.
in the comments.
Okay, thank you so much. Miss Bernice, do you want to share? Oh, wait, you're on mute, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm okay.
I think I took you off. Okay.
Okay. She was doing a whole lot of fishing yesterday. You know, when you get those emails that say look like your bank, and if you click that link, they're gonna take your information. Hit the delete button. That's what she was doing yesterday. Because I'm listening to her like, really? Okay. And she was going on and on, too much detail. You was overplaying the card. Come on now. I told you use Pimp Logic. You're not using Pimp Logic anymore, boo. You getting desperate. Come on. And when she kept going on and she started talking, I started listening. Like I knew after under 1 minute that it was her. I'm looking like she really called in. Like really,
I know.
really, like why? I
Same.
mean, why?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just keeping
And
this
not to
going.
shade
I'm like,
exactly, and
why?
not to shade myself. Like no personal shade to me, but I'm like Miss Monica, 100K subscribers. I'm some person
Right,
who just posted 3 weeks ago, but you're that bothered. You have to call
right,
in our joy and our fun time. Like
right.
we had Princess Song and So Debonair and Marcella and all my candy canes, and we were having a good time. Like we're
Yeah,
able to talk about this stuff, put it in context, and leave feeling better than when we came. And that is what
right.
bothers me, is that we can have a good time and just sort of laugh at this stuff and have a good kiki. And she's mad that she no longer controls the narrative.
Right. And like it's gonna be all right, boo. You're gonna still be successful whatever you do because I know you're gonna have somebody else or you're gonna have another job or whatsoever, another show where you're gonna have more people and stuff like that. I have nothing against you. I just want to be one of the listeners, but I hold no ill will towards you or anything. I wish you nothing but success. But I learned a lesson. Like hey, you never too old to learn nothing new. I'm 55, and as long as I keep learning, that means I'm gonna keep aging. So hey, I want to live a nice long life. I don't learn
Yes,
some
and you will.
right. Like I'm not taking this personal. Okay, it was jacked up to what happened, but I feel my more pain is with the people who actually went through the stuff. Like because they was hurt and they was hurt unnecessarily. Just tell
Yeah.
people up front what you expect from them. Like, boom, we're gonna be doing this, this, this. If I give you some money, I'm gonna give you this, this, this. If you agree with it, you can come along with me. If you don't, you ain't gotta come along with me. That would have been simple as that.
Exactly. But the problem was her ego got in the way.
Yeah,
It was the yeah, and
yeah.
perfectly imperfect world. Thank you so much for the super chat. Wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for that super chat. And thank you, Miss Bernice. We're gonna give Lulu a chance, and you can hang out or drop off, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I hang out.
Yeah, hang out. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
sweetheart.
Oops.
Hey, Lulu.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, and hi, Miss Benline or Monica, aka whoever, Monique. I know you're in the chart.
Hi, Monique. Monica.
How are you?
How you doing? Thanks for the.
Oh my God! I was just like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Candy. What'd you say?
No, I was talking to Monica. Like, Monica, thanks for the clicks and views.
Make sure you like and comment.
Exactly. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Oh my God. Anyway, girl, I was sitting there like, this woman really thinks she can come on here and act like it's really not her. First of all, her little laugh at one point when you asked her, that was her. And then the backhanded compliments she kept giving. And then also, she always says that they do these videos just for likes and views. Remember, Schoolboy said that too the time he was going off on Ples. Remember? Like
Yes.
the same things you're saying, and you coming on here pretending to be somebody else. I'm just like, wow. And then why is she blaming? Because when she said the thing about those were grown people, nobody put a gun to their head, it's kind of like the same thing she said when she broke her silence and said that it was really our fault. We like the nice, nasty stuff, and that's why she does that. Kind of like it's our fault that we are believing the fakeness or the fraudness that she puts up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ma'am, that she's sick. something's wrong. Like seriously, like something is seriously wrong with that woman. I'm
It
just
is
like,
sick.
wow.
It's
I don't
like
know.
someone who abuses you and then goes, "You asked for it."
Right, right. And then why are you in a chat? Talk about you're trying to find the avatar, and you say you have information. Why do you have that information? Are you a blogger? Are you a YouTube? Why you got this information in this private group? And then why are you asking for lawyers? You're the one who had 5011 videos on how TI intimidates people and this and that, and that's exactly what you've been doing to the panelists. I'm just like, I was scratching my head. Like, I took my wig off. I was like, what the hell? This woman is really on here talking like it's not her. And she was, I'm just, and then this whole voice box thing. I was watching one of these ladies, Hood Chick or Hood something, her name, Hood something, on
Mhm.
here. And she said she went and got the app for the voice box thing. And it works. So, Miss Monica, ma'am, just, I don't know, go back, make another name, come back to sender. We are over you. Like, just stop. This is just, it's getting more and more weird as it goes. This is like, I don't know, a Lifetime movie, or I don't even know what is going on. It
It
will,
is. And no, go ahead.
no, I mean, it will be. I mean, I even have a title: the attorney, the bishop, the avatar, and baby
The
shark.
butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
Oh my God. But anyway, girl, I had to come hide in the bathroom. I'm at work, so I gotta go. Bye, guys. But I'm
Oh, bye,
watching. I'm gonna
sweetheart.
go
Thank
back.
you so much
Yeah.
for
Okay.
calling
All
in.
right.
I might have to take care of a troll. I see someone. Um, who is December? Too old to be obsessed over an avatar that outsmarted you. Move on. Find a job. Okay. Well, all right. As long as nobody is being super rude or disrespectful, like that comment doesn't really faze me. That's okay. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Hope I'm not frozen again. Oh, StreamYard. I might have to turn myself into an avatar. Wouldn't that be funny? If I had to be an avatar. Let's see. How do I do that? Oop. Well, I don't know. We'll just have to roll with it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, thank you, my spiritual babe. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, always trust your gut. Thank you so much. Let's see what you guys are saying. Micheline, thank you so much. This is Monica can find a new scam. Yes, 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 she can. Hi, Marcella. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, you guys. Listen, I want y'all to know that this might seem bad to us, the people that's on the panel, but what nobody is really looking at the big picture, that this affected her followers as well. You know, you have followers picking sides without knowing the whole story. And now the story is out and people can see a consensus of what this was. And she's not finished. That avatar, she is not finished. She will reinvent herself. She will probably be an avatar because this is not the first time now. She has a long history of falling out with bloggers and people. 2003, 2011, she fell out with Sherelle. She fell out with John Yates. And you know, all these people are being quiet because everything that we're doing, we're getting closer. Bye-bye. Go in there. I'm coming to get you in a minute, okay? So okay, I'll get it. She will reinvent herself, but you know what, you guys, this will teach all of us a lesson to just not take one person's perspective. We need to support all bloggers Is a cesspool of
Yeah.
bloggers with good information. Like when you hear Kempire come out with celebrity news, he works with these people on a regular. If you look at Kempire, Kempire used to be a singer. When you look at Candy Washington,
Yeah.
you can almost bet that you're getting accurate information. Okay. When like I said, I wanted to be on my page as a self help page, but I'm going to get down and raunchy and crazy on my page too. But one
Mm-hmm.
thing I had to explain to people on my page how I am when people say I wasn't getting emotional and all this kind of stuff. You got to know what hit me in my heart. And she is very narcissistic. What nobody has said, not even you, Candy, is that she came in talking about herself as a third party. This is somebody that is dealing with something upstairs. When she came in, she said, only thing she said about me, Marcella's a liar because when people came on my page, there's nobody who ever come on my page about that. That's her fishing. She's throwing out the bait to see if we bite. She know what she
Yeah.
can do. She know what she can do to find out if I got real lawyers. Send me a real cease and desist with your attorney's name on it, with your real name on it, honey, because
Mm-hmm.
when I answer her back, it would be addressed to 3 people. So she knows that I know. So she knows that I know, and she better stop playing, okay? And when she starts trolling is when Nosy is getting very close. She sends this iron troll people in who are fake to throw us off the path. And like I said, the people that have been accused so far, that's really not her. Some of these people know her. I mean, this is a business that she's been running, like she said, for 8 years. And she has
Mm-hmm.
people helping her with this conglomerate business and I'm calling it conglomerate because they have got over on so many people. I felt like a fool. I'm arguing with somebody I never met, never seen, people taking sides, but the real people are keeping their mouths closed because they thinking, oh my God, we ain't seen her either. And everybody who talk on her behalf, their YouTube page is going down the drain. Now she done took Tulsa. Listen, I'm sorry that we have to have this funeral for her tomorrow, but herself she threw herself out there to 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 protect somebody she don't know and only hearing the one side from the avatar. Now Wally, listen, he's always been like that with everybody. That is just his style. But guess what? When he started coming at, really, when she tries to pull Wally in on her page, he says less. He just talks all the way around the corner. He doesn't hit diagonal. Only person he hit on was Players and Schoolboy. And Schoolboy announced today that she's going to be not coming on live for a while. She's taking a break. Listen, tomorrow she'll be back on. She'll be
Yeah.
back on.
She's
It goes back and forth, and I think the person who has been hurt the most is Schoolboy because they had a relationship. We
yeah.
didn't do it. It was business. But like when I came out and told the truth and what I said on the Kemp show, it was not defaming. It was not, I wasn't throwing her under the bus. I told what I knew was fact, that she lied about some things and she can keep coming for me. But y'all, she comes on all of our pages and say negative things. Now, I'm getting 3,000 likes and Marcella, I love this topic. And then you hear you old drunk bitch. I know that's her. But see, you can't break me down. You can't break me down. She tries. She even goes on. She just was on Nosy page and labeled as nosy friend. This girl is smart. She did work in the corporate world. This woman is very smart, but guess what? We're getting to her and she's showing it. by appearing on everybody's page. Now, Candy only been out like a month, and she done came up here. She done came up here trying to intimidate you, honestly, because she felt you were young and naive. But she quickly learned that everybody's caught on to your mess, girl. Everybody
Yeah.
has caught on to your mess. And I just advise all the followers, follow everyone, because
Yeah.
this has been a peace of mind for a lot of people, this COVID, and now we're going to get this new Delta strain coming out. And in my town, they're talking about shutting down things again. So this will
Yeah.
give you your laughter. This will give you your peace of mind to keep your mind off your issues. And we just need to celebrate each other, because I had my page, but I didn't work on it because I'm on her page. Princess had
Yeah.
her page, and everybody had their page booming. But we couldn't do a lot of work on our page. Y'all, this was a blessing in disguise. This is a blessing in disguise that now we get to do it. But you know what? We are standing as a united front. You cannot come for us no more. Because if you get on Princess, you get on me. If you get on So Debonair, you get on all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like that now. And Schoolboy chose to separate herself from us. But you know, that's what she's doing. I could say more about that, but you know what? I wish her the best. She needs to get some tough skin, because we are guppies in a fish with sharks, with people who have been doing this a long time. And she will, you guys. She has had 2 different pages. She will reinvent herself. But y'all see Auntie's face? Don't trust no more damn avatars. Oh no. If they can't show their face, if you ain't got no reference to them, do not. I suggest you don't, honey, because she is mad because we're united. She's mad because guess what? How you hit somebody? You hit them by that money. And what she might have been getting 98,000 a year and turned into $98 every other month. See, that's what's killing her. And she is definitely trying to discredit everybody, y'all. Y'all have heard her story, and she still performed as a narcissist. She goes up there, and now it's all about, and God knows, and God. Girl, you can't play the God card. You can't, because you've been Satan the whole time. You know, you can't do that. And people are waking up. And I thank God for the people who come in my inbox and said, I owe you an apology. I had a different feeling about you. I have gotten thousands of apologies, and they are appreciated. They weren't necessary, because I knew once I spoke, we're going to have the smart people catching on to see what is going on. But you know what? Y'all haven't seen her on her page, and now her devil angels on the side have come out in the YouTube streets to try to defend her, and they getting fried, died, laid to the side. And I just hate to bury that coffin with Oklahoma, Tulsa. But tomorrow I'm bringing a chicken. I done bought me a new wig, a black dress.
Yes.
And dearly beloved, we are gathered in this house of nosy. Not in the crack house, but nosy whole life. And we are going to be burying a chicken. She should have just be quiet. Then she
not a chicken head. Not a chicken head.
Yes. She came on Prince's page trying to apologize. Girl, you was just on your page 5 minutes. 5 minutes before that, still calling me a drunk. Girl, if I'm a drunk, she should hope she looks this good. Yes, I am old, but I am old and can do. Look at my Vans. I was just skateboarding today. Girl, please.
Yes, girl, yes.
You wish I had on my Vans sneakers, my tore up jean shorts, and I was on the skateboard doing my thing, dancing to Young Money Bag song, Got Time. That is my song. Y'all need to listen to that song, Got Time, because I said, do you want to do this ratchet or do you want to do this in the right way? See, she didn't know who she was playing with, and now as we are
Exactly.
united, and we done took Candy Washington up in the fold. We are
Yes.
we're gonna be stars, and guess what? Nobody's gonna tune into her because guess what? She pulls you over there for clickbait. She will say the
Yep.
sky is green with rainbows, and everybody run over there and it's dead. The only time it gets exciting and when she's talking about one of us. Then she started getting those dollar cash apps. She started getting those dollar cash apps, and she'll keep saying Marcella and Debonair and Princess, just so you can, you know, it. Everybody's not falling for that no more. They're not.
Exactly.
So I suggest y'all support everybody. When y'all come into somebody's house, y'all press that like button. If you got a couple of dollars, you know, any dollars is not too small, you know. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth that the day I was gonna be monetized, she reported my page, stating that I had a video on my page and it was her brand. And I did. Before I came on All About That Place over there, permanently, I put a snippet of me talking on her page for the first time. So she had it struck down and they denied me to be monetized. But you know
Can
what?
you reapply?
It's God, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't do this for money. I've been getting
Right.
a lot of likes and followers without being monetized. Do you understand? Because right now everything is done by God when He want it done. And while I'm telling the story of my life, I'm not seeking money. Do you understand? Because God has
Right.
blessed me. He's blessed me with people that have been through what I've been through and can share with me all day. And I have met new bloggers. I couldn't even meet new bloggers because I was so immersed in the things she was telling me about other bloggers. And I love Jolene and Busy Blue. They make this
Me
so
too.
comedic that I have to laugh about what they say. And I love it, y'all, because I was down. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to say something? Am I going to be quiet? I'm going to say something. And I watched their video and then I was talking to Kim and I said, I want to share it with you. And I feel so much better, y'all. So y'all going to be seeing the crazy, funny Marcella. I am alive, y'all. I might wear different wigs. I might come there with my glasses on the back of my ear. Y'all gonna have a good time. I love
Yes,
you, and
we
you
love
are
you.
sunshine. You keep doing good, Candy. And y'all
Thank
coming in the Candy house, y'all hit them likes, y'all. I'm in the audience. I'm in the audience.
Yes, yes. Yes, thank you, Marcella. And I also want to say, like what you said, a lot of people will comment on my videos and they say that they're so happy that you told your side of the story and that you're clearing your name. So I just want you to know that people are DMing you, but overall, you have so much love and you have so much support. And we're with you. We are team Auntie Marcella. We are with you and just so excited. And yeah, we're gonna do a funeral tomorrow. I'm gonna try and pop through if I can. It'll be fun.
If
So
not,
thank you,
watch
Marcella.
the replay. Y'all hit those likes for me now, cause I'm watching.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Marcella.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Hey, Imani, do you want to go?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm a bit nervous. First time calling into any kind of show, but I had to call in. First of all, I really, really, really love your show. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
But I just have to say, actually, from what Marcella was saying, I was also one of those people who had a different opinion of her as well. But obviously, as everything has come together and, all the pieces have been put together, I mean, this whole thing is just absolutely crazy. I could not believe when I tuned into your show that she actually called in and thinks that she can actually fool the audience by putting on a different voice, a different avatar, and thinking that we're that dumb. I mean, because it was like there was silence in the room, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? When she came in and the way she started speaking and the way she kind of like controlled it, and the way she sounded so angry as well. She sounded angry, she sounded irritated, but she sounded like she was trying to hold down that anger, because by using those words like, what did she say? Narcissist, Monica, and that Princess was being
passive aggressive and all
that's
that
right
stuff.
and deceitful. I mean, and the fact that she said about the receipts, I was like, what do you mean receipts? I've never, I mean, I couldn't believe that she called in, but then again, at the same time, I could, because Monica, aka the other one that was on Nosy Ho's show, if it wasn't her, they're connected, because she just sounded really irritated and really annoyed. Just by the fact that Princess had come out with her, story as well, completed the whole story. And I think that she's just also annoyed that everybody has also just come together. It's created such a community, because I was one of those people that watched All About the Tea and I absolutely loved it. I live in London. The time difference is like, it came on at like 2:00 in the morning. It's like 12 midnight now. Do you know what I mean? But I used to love watching that show and the whole community. But now it's, because of what's happened, like Marcella was saying, it's sort of like a blessing that's come out. The blessing that's come out of it is that everybody is really supporting each other, and it's just great.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to say.
Love it. Oh, thank you so much, Imani. Thank you for calling in, and you can hang out if you want, or drop off, whatever is good for you.
I'll drop
Thank
off
you for
and
calling in.
I'll keep watching.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hey, Caddy B, are you ready, sweetheart?
Yeah. I did a little scrolling and trolling on Blaine's Twitter. Now, you gotta write an essay in order to get in there, but before, like right after she went off of the live, I don't know if you can see, this was her name. There we go.
I stand with who?
Ilhan Omar.
Who's that?
Congresswoman. So afterwards, though, she went to, here it is.
Who benefits by not finding the real avatar, and now she's Meghan Markle?
Yeah. Right after that, and then that's when she started like the whole gotta write an essay in order to get in to her Twitter page. But I did manage to find a couple of things. This one, I'm just gonna read it instead of posting it up. Says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Americans with one or both biological parents of African descent are not monolithic in thinking or speech. Unfollow if you have a slave mentality / inferiority complex.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, I guess.
Yeah, and that's not it. She, like I told you, she also was calling Black people, what she said, flying monkeys as opposed to swinging from trees, but still.
Oh, you know what it is? Flying monkeys refer to it's like what we would call a schoolboy to Monica. So when you have a narcissist,
like the Wizard of Oz.
Exactly. It's like the flying monkeys that go do your bidding are the flying monkeys. So she's still all upset about being called a narcissist. Well, I mean, if the shoe fits, sweetheart, wear it, I guess.
There were some people, I think this might have been her chat group. I had a couple of tweets up here. But this one person, I guess, in her chat group, is called Spreading Love. And she says, don't conflate issues. Princess and company engaged in transphobia, threw Schoolboy under the bus to absolve themselves of being messy. And if Schoolboy is so, she put 2 words together, unstable, why bring up a triggering issue? Princess, Marcella, Deb, and I think that Schoolboy were the downfall of All About the Tea, being sneaky and jealous and hateful.
Is she talking about herself? I'm confused.
I guess that's kind of her secret group or whatever, but I honestly don't know why somebody in, as she says, she has a corporate European job. I don't know why that's some sort of a bragging right, but why do you have all this time to have a
classic narcissism
group?
Yeah.
That's just classic narcissism. It's all about themselves.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, she said, Marcella, where is it at? Right here. On her tweet, and it's a pinned tweet. Marcella Booth Davis states 3 lawyers are working on a contingency fee arrangement. So I don't know why this is. Honestly, I don't know why this is tweet worthy.
I don't either. And it also, with this Blaine character, it's like, you know, a little bit of too much inside information, and then you're also too personally invested. You know, it's like I'm like a blogger, YouTuber. I come on here, it's exciting, but I'm not like personally, I don't feel personally attacked by this.
Right.
And this woman feels way too personally attacked by it because it's her. You know what I mean? It's her. Like, you can get on a show and talk passionately about a topic, but it feels and it hits different when you're talking about something that you think is happening to you. And that is how she sounds.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like Marcella is the only person that has a valid lawsuit against her, because she's the one who's been giving all those super chats that she was expecting to be spread throughout the whole panel. And it wasn't. It was pocketed by Monica. And she was given some good super chats, like, you know, happy holidays, or, you know, so she has a lawsuit. If she wanted to, Marcella could. And it seems like, I think the avatar Monica or Blaine, whoever that person was, knows that she has possibly a valid lawsuit against all these super chats that were sent. And she's trying to either get some information, discredit it. It's something weird going on with that, with her calling and everything.
That's why I think she wants to know who the lawyers are and the law firm.
And what's all they know. Yes.
No other reason.
Fishing for information.
Right.
Fishing. Yeah. And then on the flip side, to your point, Dee, yes, Marcella has the leverage for a lawsuit because it was her money that was being siphoned. But the panelists did have at least a verbal contract for what they were doing, and they were getting paid some type of money. So that could be theft of wages.
Yeah.
That's
maybe on their side. Because like, if you're like, think about it, say if you were like a waitress or a waiter and you're supposed to pull the tips and your employer pockets all of your tips, that might be a case. It's kind of like that, right? It's like they're getting tips on top of whatever, $200 a month or whatever the hell she was paying them. They were getting tips through the super chats. And it's like, and so she was pocketing those tips.
I remember one specific super chat Marcella had sent, and she basically said, this is for all of you guys, like to split for all of you. I remember her specifically saying that in at least one specific live that they had, that she sent a very large amount and said, this is for all of you guys to split for whatever holiday it was. I don't even remember. I wonder if that was split, if they ever received any proceeds from any of those clearly split super chats, like, you know.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So yeah, she knows she's in some hot water with that, at least with the whole, you know, not doing what she's supposed to do with those super chats, and Marcella giving in all that money, and whoever else, like all the other teacups that was given in super chats. You know what I mean? They wasn't doing that for you, Monica. They were doing that for the panel.
Yeah. So
we were there for the panel. Not you. You just was like the moderator. You was the moderator. You said what topics it was, and everybody else commented.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it did seem like they should have been splitting the super chats. Like I know,
I
like
thought
some
they were.
I just defaulted to thinking like, oh, they're on the panel, they'll split it. Like maybe Monica will get a bigger percentage just because it's her platform, but
Right.
they'll get like their equal share of like split 4 ways or 5 ways or 3 ways, whatever. But they were getting their portion. But it turns out they were getting
weren't.
like
Pennies to the
$50
dollar. And they were
Literally.
working hard. Like those
Very
things,
hard.
they were there for hours on end, talking
Hours.
about all types of subjects, beating dead horses. Like they were there. Like,
Not beating dead horses.
they were beating dead horses, girl. Like if they talked about T.I. and Tiny one more time, I was like, if y'all ain't got no new information, please leave it alone because nothing's happened. Like it's been months and he's still out in these streets. So
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? Even though the panel agreed to this amount of money, there's still something where even if you agree to something like that's illegal, it's still illegal. So being paid, like if I'm on the payroll, but I'm not being paid sufficiently, that is illegal, even if I agree to it or not.
maybe at the time when she was, offering the money, she wasn't getting monetized that much money. But once, she started pulling in more of that money, like you should up people's pay. Like, look, when we first started this panel, we're not making that much. We're probably not going to pay you that much. It's, a couple $100s a week. But once that money started rolling in, y'all should have had a conversation.
Yeah.
Renegotiating some stuff.
Right.
So.
It went from like volunteer work where, hey, I'm
right.
every night, but if I'm here every night, I am now an employee and you need to be paying me accordingly.
And it seemed like if they weren't there on time every night, it was an issue.
Yes. Did you hear when Bishop said like he had a migraine and she basically was like, take an aspirin.
Take a Tylenol, yeah.
Bullied him like, oh, you got some ibuprofen? Like,
right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So that was definitely she was a tyrant over there for sure. With the daytime panel, I don't feel she was that way, but with the nighttime panel.
Well, they were all established on their platforms. So it's not like they needed her. They just came together like, hey, we're going to be doing this. It'll be fun. But I think all of them have sufficient followers.
I wonder, was she paying her daytime panel for their time?
No, I don't believe so.
But you know what I think? I think she's very smart and very strategic. So I think that she knew what she wanted to get out of each panel. So the daytime panel to me was the panel that she used for credibility and for clout. So these are all the people who are established. They have great brand reputation.
They're the reason we went there.
They're the reason you went there. And on their platforms, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to go be a panel on All About the Tea. Head over there.
Right.
So they were to drive traffic and then also to get the buy-in, because it's like, whether you like those people or not, they are respected in their lanes. So we respect DJ Richie Sky. Buffy was on a Bravo show. Amir's been around forever. He actually works in the industry. And that other woman, I think she was like a writer or something like that. So I think she used the daytime panel to deflect that we didn't know anything about her and that she was an avatar.
Right.
And so
we kind of felt like they knew her, even though she's an avatar. Maybe they know her personally. Maybe DJ Richie Sky knows her behind the scenes or something. Yeah.
But he even admitted finally that he does not know her. He's never seen her.
Nobody's seen her. Like, it's so crazy how you can gain so much notoriety and somewhere and nobody knows who you are. Even if you have an avatar and you don't show yourself on the physical form, somebody has to know you in the background in real life. And it seems like nobody does. It's so weird.
Right. Yeah. There are several YouTubers who don't come on camera, but they have been seen before.
And people know who they are in real life. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
100%. And then the nighttime panel, in my mind, she viewed them as like the B team. And this was the team I'm going to exploit for clicks, views, 2 to 3 hour lives, and to get my money, to get the subscriber count up and to get the super chats and everything else.
To be
So I
honest
think
with
the
you, the nighttime panel was lit. Like the daytime panel brought
very
us to the
lit,
channel, but the nighttime panel kept us there because the daytime panel
very
was more
lit.
about recaps about, stuff, but they was getting down and dirty on the nighttime panel. They even
Oh
had
yeah.
a after dark. That's how good it was
Mhm.
getting. They were like, we need to, take this after dark.
Right.
So the daytime panel brought us over, but the nighttime panel kept us there. They're the ones that kept us coming back. There was such a diverse group of people with different opinions and ideas, and then she had, Bishop coming on, and everybody coming, Princess calling in, and it was good until it wasn't.
But
Yeah.
see, I actually left from over there about 4 months before the drama happened
I
because
left before the drama happened too,
I
and then when it happened, I was like, "What happened?"
yeah, I had to go scroll and troll for the deleted lives.
Yeah, I kind of left when it was getting too crazy about, let's just like, before the whole Apple Watch thing, I was gone, so I didn't see
Oh
that.
yeah, I
But
was gone.
it started getting too dark when they were, it went from having fun and kikiing and throwing a little shade on people to actually like just digging on people. And it was like, okay, this is
Great.
now, we are like getting deep on people. It's okay to have a little light fun, shade to
Right.
say, but now we're going deep and digging deep, and we're like beating these dead horses over and over and over and over, and we're here for hours and hours on end. It was too much.
Actually, I called out Monica one time when she did a story of, she basically just told a black woman to sterilize herself, and I was not happy about that. So, oh yeah. I tried to call her out in the chat, but she ignored me. So I went
She
to
deleted
her
your comment probably.
no, not her Twitter, her Instagram. But
Mm.
yeah, and we had a back and forth, and it did not turn good. It did not.
Mm. Well, I
But
don't know.
interesting when I tried to tell her the history of gynecology, because not a lot of people actually know the history of gynecology, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's pretty brutal. But she blew up. She blew up, and I was like, the way that she handled that, honestly, it made me feel like she was a white woman. Now, I don't know anybody else's interaction or anything like that, but the way that she handled that, and when I brought up the history of gynecology and how I felt about her telling a black woman to sterilize herself, oh, it went left.
But she loves kids.
That's what I said. I even said, as a woman who says you have children, like,
allegedly.
I know.
But she loves kids. She loves kids.
She loves the kids. Oh, you're bringing the kids on now. It's serious. I love children. Girl, we don't know. That's the thing. She says something, but there's no way to prove that it's true or not. She says she's married, but we don't really know if she's married. She says she has kids. We don't know if she really has kids. Like, that's the thing.
You see how somebody busted in on Marcella? She told them to go sit down. She never had nobody busting on her at all, and none of those things. And say, "Mom, I'm thirsty. I'm hungry." Nothing.
Hello, you got kids. They is coming in.
They coming in. You got it. Yes. Somebody just busted in on Marcella. She's like, "Look, I'll be with you in a minute." You would have got that at some point.
Phone call though, didn't she? She got that. I gotta go.
I gotta go.
The only time you get a phone.
I gotta go. I'm shaking.
Your husband ain't come check on you. You have to make sure you're not thirsty or nothing. Like, nobody come to check on you.
I'm shaking.
Is it worried that you're having palpitations? Like, what's going on, sweetheart?
Right. Nobody come to check on you.
Yeah. One person is shaking during a confrontation. We're used to confrontation. It's like every day.
It's not even in person. Like, what are you shaking about? Like, there's no physical threat. Like, are you mad my words are gonna cut you? I'm confused. Like,
you don't even know who I am. I'm not shaking about nothing. Nobody knows who you are.
That was actually my third time thinking she was a Karen. There was a second time before that. I'm shaking.
Shaking right now.
Why are you shaking?
That's what I said. Are you afraid? You're at home on a screen. I don't understand.
Like, it was too much. And then the Blaine calling in, like you said, it was too many Easter eggs to expose herself. She was way too much invested in, and trying to downgrade and degrade whatever everybody else had to say. I don't know. And then, like you said, the inflections in her voice, if she used a voice box. Yeah. And then now her Twitter is all a mess. Yeah. She's catfishing. She's definitely
Yeah.
catfishing us all.
Okay.
The moment we just leave her alone, she'll probably fall into a hole.
Yes. And for you guys in the chat, real quick, I'm trying to catch up with what you're saying. That person 4, I just put him in timeout. So he's blocked for 5 minutes. If he continues, we'll just have to block him outright. And I say this every chat, but I will get moderators. I know I'm kind of still new, so I still need to get moderators, but just let me know in the chat box if anybody's being super disrespectful. For Jones, I just put him on timeout, and let me know if anybody else. And if he continues, we'll just have to block him. So, and thank you, Candy Canes, for being loving and respectful to everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay. That's true.
And to what you guys were saying, Dee and Caddy, you guys sparked something in my mind I wanted to bring up. What? Oh, man, what was it? See, you trolls got me off my game right now.
No, she's catfishing. The catfishing of it all is a mess.
The catfishing of it all. Yeah,
She's on everybody's page,
What?
catfishing,
I think
reporting
she's
people.
Blackfishing. She's blackfishing.
Blackfishing. Oh.
Yeah, I swear, I think, and I thought this 4 months ago, that she's a white woman. It's too many things. Too many things.
Yeah.
You know they like to capitalize off of what black people got going on.
Yes.
So that's why she's not showing herself. She like, look, I'm trying to get money in these black people YouTube streets. So
Yeah.
Mess. But yes, let me go because I'm at work.
Okay.
I'm working and like
yes. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, keep doing your thing, Kenzie. I will be back for sure. For sure, girl.
More often.
Yes, I will. Later. Bye, Candy Canes.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, and thank you so much for the receipts, Caddy. Like that. Am I pronouncing it correctly, Caddy? Katie?
Yeah, it's Cotty.
Cotty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for those receipts. That is very, very interesting.
Oh,
very interesting. And it is Monica on all platforms. And like people were saying, it might be one person with multiple personalities. So it's not individual.
I hope she's cutting them all a check.
She's gotten them all a set. I hope they have a Ponderosa. They all have different personalities, which is insane. Insane. Yes. But you guys, we have been on here for an hour and a half. We almost have 1,000 people in here. So if you are liking this, and even if you're not, like the episode, like the video, and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any time when we go live with the poppin' hot tea. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat box. What is going on? And again, sorry that StreamYard is being so finicky. I'm going to make sure it's not on my end. I do believe it's happening to a lot of people. So hopefully I'm not being too slow for you guys. So Chris says, Candy, you have an amazing... Oh, now the chat's going real high. Okay. Okay, so Kowali04 says, I appreciate that you let people voice their opinions, Candy, because some YouTubers be very sensitive. If you do not agree with something that they say, then you get blocked. Yeah, so for my channel, no. Like, I will only block someone if they are being offensive and disrespectful to me or to one of my candy cans. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like what I say. You can disagree and have an opinion, and that's fine. We can have a conversation. But I'm not like the Monica avatar thing where it's like, unless you worship me, you're getting blocked. Or I'm going to pull up all the negative comments and spend 2 hours just yelling at people. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if I see a negative comment, I'm not putting it on the screen because I don't want to continue that energy. Why would I put that energy out there? We could talk and we can kiki and have fun and talk about Twitter and, you know, people shaking and just, you know, have fun with it. Why feed into the negativity? Oh, that's what I was going to say. That was when a big time when I left All About the Tea was when she would just, I don't know if you guys remember, but she would put up our comments that she didn't like and spend like 5 or 10 minutes just going off about it. And then she would put up another comment she didn't like, and then spend 5 or 10 minutes going off about it. And then she would make the panel go around and go off about it on the person too. And I was just like, this makes no sense. Like, why are you spending this time yelling at people in the chat box? Whether they support your opinion or not, them watching and liking and commenting still supports your algorithm. and just
Right.
like common decency. Like, who would want someone to sit up here and be like, Patricia Gray, blah, 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 blah. Jones, blah, 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 blah. Like, Michelle Jenkins, blah, 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 blah. Like, what? To me, that's when I was just like, you have no, like, your petty has no bottom. And that is also when I realized that she wasn't genuine, which I should have realized earlier on. But when you genuinely come from a place of gratitude and wanting to build on a quote unquote family, you don't treat people that way. Period. So she showed us her integrity, and she really showed us who she was. Michelle Jenkins says, am I coming to the funeral tomorrow? Yes, dressed in all black. I wear a lot of black anyway, but might as well. Michelle Jenkins says, some people come into the mix to cause confusion, so no one can pinpoint the real avatar. Very, very true. Ford Jones says, how was I disrespectful at Candy Washington? Well, when I was reading the comments, there were people who weren't really responding well to what you said, and someone said for you to put respect on Mrs. Bernice's name. And that's another thing. We respect our elders in the candy shop. You don't have to agree. If it's an elder, don't interact, don't engage, keep your opinion to yourself. We respect and love Miss Bernice in here. And so when I saw the comment that someone said that you need to put respect on her name, you had to be put on timeout. And if you mess with Miss Bernice again, you will be blocked. We don't do that. We honor and respect Miss Bernice at the candy shop, and anybody else, that's an elder or an auntie or whatever you want to call it. Point blank, period. So that's why you got put in timeout. Put respect on your elder's name. If you don't like what she's saying, I don't care what it is, don't engage. You don't have to comment to her. If you don't like what I'm saying, comment at me. It's my platform, my channel, but you do not disrespect other candy canes, especially our elders, and especially not Miss Bernice. Because I'm an ex-teacupper, and I remember Miss Bernice used to call in all the time. And I bet a lot of people in here are ex-teacuppers. So we all know who Miss Bernice is. Yeah. So we will put some respect on Miss Bernice's name. Don't mess with Miss Bernice. Point blank, period. Hey, Avalon, thank you so much for the super chat. You said, hello, Candy, trying to get in. What's the link again? It disappeared. Okay, I'll do the chat again. And again, I apologize for how slow StreamYard is being. I'm going to make sure it's not on my end. It's not a tech issue with me, but I think it's StreamYard. I think a lot of people were saying they're having problems with it. But I'm about to do the chat again. There we go. And thank you, Avalon Park, for your support. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, Candy, did you see what they said? They said Ford Jones is saying So Debonair needs to be investigated for, I'm not going to say that word.
C4, so you just proved the point, sweetheart. Let me find you because you're getting blocked now. Don't try and leave the chat because I need to find you. Did he leave? That's why I can't find him? Oh, no. Okay, he's getting blocked. Hopefully that worked. I think I just believe that I blocked him. So if he pops up again, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that I blocked him. Okay. See, he asked the question and he answered it himself. That is why. Hi, Leah. Do you want to share?
Just hold on. Hello?
Hi. Yes, it's a little hard to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. Hi. I just started watching you last week, and I really enjoy. Yeah, I really enjoy the way you talk, the way you really put it together. You know, you sound so really educated, the way you speak, and the way you put things through. Yeah, I'm calling from the UK, London, but I'm originally from Nigeria.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just what I wanted to I just want to tell you this. The time I stopped watching the Avatar show was the time they were talking about what's the name? The one from Atlanta, housewife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they were talking about the man that she just met, and with Yori Gobodier, where they keep talking about him, and it's because of what's the name? Michelle. Is it Michelle? No, Marcella.
Oh,
Yeah,
Marcella.
Marcella. Yeah, when she says, she measure and says it looks like chimpanzee. When she said it looks like a chimpanzee, so I was like, oh, this woman is gonna be the downfall of this thing. But I didn't know that she is gonna be the downfall of it. And then I wrote to them, and I was like complaining, this is not nice. You can't say somebody should, you can't say someone looks like a chimpanzee, because where I come from, that is really insulting. From Africa, you can't be calling somebody a chimpanzee. She supported Marcella so much, because she wants Marcella to be like the bad person, the person that speaks what she's thinking. So she really but she won't act like she supported her. She would just act like, oh no, just say your mind, don't mind everyone speaking, don't mind everyone complaining about it, just say your mind. But she will not say it, but she's making the panels say the things that she is wanting to say, because she wants all those negative things on her platform so that people can watch more, because of the negativity. Because I've seen it that mostly negative thoughts really sells more.
Wait, sweetheart, 1 second. I agree with you, but I just wanted to put this. The Wiley show has been blocked. He was in here trying to stir up some mess and confusion. So Wiley, you're blocked, boo-boo. I know you're gonna cry. And like Miss Marcella said, your tears will go down your back. So sorry. And I'm just sending so much love and support to our Miss Bernice. You are beautiful, Miss Bernice. We love you. You are always welcome here in the candy shop. And if anybody mess with you, they mess with me, and they will be blocked. And yes, Miss Bernice, you are blessed and highly favored, and we love you. We love you so much, Miss Bernice. And that's why they're coming at you so hard, because you shine so bright. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead, Aaliyah. I'm sorry.
All right, no, it's okay. Nice. So this is why I stopped watching. After that, when I complained, she supported the comments, and I'm like, she might not meant it badly, but just correct it on the chat, on the panel, and say, no, stop calling people that name, because not everybody takes it. The way the Americans, they don't like when they call them some kind of names. I say, this is how we Africans don't like it when you call us chimpanzee or stuff. Someone looks like chimpanzee. I know she didn't say chimpanzee, but she said it looks like a chimpanzee. I said, but that is not right. You can't call someone like that. But she was like, no, she says what she wants to say. That is her thoughts. Right. That is her thinking. Yeah. Then since then, I just like deleted myself. I just like, unsubscribe, because I can see that this is not a place where I have to be, because I can see from that day on that I even said it to her. I will say it to her. I say, this is where your downfall is starting from. Because if you keep doing this, people trying to correct you, you don't want to listen, then I don't know. I even said it. I said, this is the last show. And after that time, that is when problems started. Like the last, like they did about 2 shows or 3 shows. Right. That is when everything went bad. I said it to her. I said, I'm telling you this, after this, your show will not go more than this week, or if I give you 2 weeks. And it didn't even get to 2 weeks, and the show went just dead.
Too toxic. Way
too toxic. Yeah. When someone is correcting you, even if you don't know, even if you believe in it, just say, oh, we shouldn't call people. People don't like it. Some people are complaining that, oh, they don't like when you call someone a chimpanzee from Africa. So let's respect them, because we have all people from every country. So let's respect that. Okay, Marcella, just let them know that you are just joking or stuff like that. But she was just like, oh no, she says what she says. That is it. She's saying I thought. So I'm like, okay, I just give you 2 weeks. Your platform is going to go down, because if you continue like this, because we have so many people watching you all over the world, and we have people from UK, from Africa. There are a lot of African people. I say, I give you 2 weeks, and just 1 week, and this happened. So that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
want
she
just
was.
to give my thought.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. She was egging Marcella on to like say those things, but I think Marcella's core, she wasn't trying to be offensive, but I think that the avatar sort of played into it to get the drama stirred around the negativity. So thank you so much.
I knew that. It's kind of like I knew that. That's what I even said to her. I say, let Marcella know that people are really complaining a lot, because I even saw on the comment, many people complained a lot. Just tell her to just say, oh no, you didn't mean it. But she keep pushing it to her that don't worry, don't mind them. Just keep your thoughts.
Yep.
You understand? Because if she says it's a platform, if she tells Marcella, just tell them, oh, you're sorry for saying that word. You understand? And just clear it up like, oh, I was just joking, you know? Everybody would have forgotten it, but you keep pushing it through, making her feel like she's right. What she's saying is right. Then you are making it, you are giving her the authority and the permission, the time, the chance to keep going. So it's like you are pushing it forward for them to do what you want, but what you cannot do. You know, so that's why I know that this thing is not going to go far.
Yeah.
And for now, so Marcella not saying her own thoughts when she give her own things and she says what she feels and let us know that this is not really who she is. Now I kind of see the aside now, but then it makes her look really bad because of the way she was making her speak on there. She keep like pushing her, like sharing her up, you know, without telling her that this is a big platform. Everybody's watching you all over the world. Please mind what you say, you know. But she wasn't saying that. Instead, she was like, oh, no, you go on, you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. You can still hang out and drop off whatever is best for you. And I agree with you. She was definitely bigging
I'll just
up.
be in the chat. I'll be with you. I'll be watching. Yeah. Thank you so much. Keep doing your thing.
You too. Yeah. Avalon Park, do you want to chime in? Do you want to share?
Hello, Candy.
Hi, how are you, sweetheart?
Hello, how you doing? I get to talk to the famous Candy. Oh my God. Girl, I'm serious. You're on everybody's mind. Every chat room I go to, you know about Candy Washington. Okay? Every chat I go into. They mention your name. I'm serious. I said, how you gonna take my candy? That's my candy. I'm a candy cane. Hello?
Yes, the candy cane. Yes.
Listen, was it yesterday or 2 days ago that with that Blaine person came? What kind of who names a female Blaine? First of all, Blaine is a man's name. It's not Blaine a man's name. Who names a woman of Blaine? Who the hell?
Made up.
Who? That was made up. Cause ain't no black person. I know she got been white. Ain't no black person named their female daughter Blaine. I'm sorry.
No.
That was a given. That was a given right there. Huh?
You made it up. It's like saying my name is Clark. You made it up.
Yeah. Or Stephen or Michael. You know, so that was that we knew from there when she said Blaine. Oh hell, okay, we know where you come from. You know. Anyway, I want to say that yesterday was so creepy. I feel like when we get through all this, we should apply for a doctorate in psychological degree because we earned it. I'm serious. We all earned our doctorate in psychological degree. We get through all this. Okay, because what we've been through with this Avatar and this Monica and Kenya and all these other people, we deserve it. Mm-hmm. She really got me when she said, "I'm professional and I'm a professional person." And but you can spend 5 hours or 9 hours because Nosy does 5 to 9 hour things, and you can do 5 hours. No, Princess did 3 to 4 hour thing. How are you a professional? You can watch 9 hours of Nosy and 5 hours of Princess. You know every word. She never missed a beat. She knew everything that was stated about the PPP loans, about the drug dealing and everything like that. But you're gonna be a professional now. But you know everything that was stated. And so, well, you're not professional, so I can't be on YouTube like I want to because I'm professional. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, baby. We got lawyers that are on YouTube. We have engineers on YouTube. We have psychologists on YouTube. We have people on YouTube throwing all kind of shade on things that are newsworthy by gossip. So you're not above beyond these people, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I don't know what she's talking about. That's phony baloney. Phony baloney. And that schoolboy, don't trust schoolboy. I don't care what y'all say. But I know Princess was, I watched Princess laugh. Princess trying to say something with schoolboy and Marcella. No, don't trust schoolboy. Because when she went live with that wily coyote and that Dr. Griffin, the Avatar, schoolboy was at that Jamal Bryant's restaurant the same night. Then Griffin put Jamal Bryant or something.
True. Yeah, it was Jamal's restaurant, right? In Atlanta.
That was his Jamal's restaurant the same night. And you could hear somebody in the background laughing, sound just like Monica. In the background laughing, sound just like Monica. Because all that stuff was pre-recorded. All that stuff. Huh?
She is not hanging out with Monica is not hanging out with schoolboy in real life. Because she's just using schoolboy.
How we know that wasn't pre-recorded? That whole incident with Wiley Coyote and that Dr. Griffin, that couldn't be pre-recorded. So my thing is that, I trust Schoolboy. And first of all, Schoolboy is not a boy. I mean, not a little kid and not in school. She's 35 years old. First of all, the name is false. Okay? You're not a boy. She won't be a girl. In your boy, you present yourself as a boy. You are a girl. You're a 35-year-old woman. And you're not in school. So change your name, because it's ridiculous. And second of all, she said something about something that she said. I forgot what it was. Oh, the Avatar is not one person. It's like 2 to 3 people. It's 2 to 3 different people. It's not one person. Because how can you, like the other point, the one about this thing, how you gonna have children and a husband and nobody come check on you? Would you give them all knockout drugs? You give them all knockout drugs to go to sleep?
But my point is, allegedly, she has children and a husband. Like, just because she said it doesn't make it true.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So it could be one person who's lying about their life. Or it could be multiple people. That's the thing. We literally don't know.
I think
she could actually even be a man. She could have a voice box and be a man. Some men have higher voices or whatever it is. Like that's the whole thing. We literally have no idea if anything this person has told us is true or not. Because the only thing that we do know is that she's proven to be a liar.
Okay, now that Monique Talbot, she's one of them. Because the nosy proved that she's just too many things connected with her. Too many things. She's one. I'm not saying she's the whole garment, but she is one of them. Okay. The other people, I don't know who the other people are, but she is definitely she must be the low hanging fruit because most found her real quick. Okay, so she must be low hanging fruit. They just threw out there because she's the one the weakest one. See, all the other people probably have more power, more position where they can't find them as easy. Okay, but she's one. She is definitely one of them. Okay. That's what I said. People, y'all, it's ridiculous because if I'm a professional person and I have so much going on for me, I work at a Fortune 500 company and everything. What time do I have? I'm not talking to the people calling in. I'm talking to the real Avatar. Remember, she will be a professional woman too, right? What time do I have to be 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at night with talking to you? Nobody I know has. I've been around engineers. I work with doctors. I work with lawyers. I knew mechanical engineers. I knew people who could build machinery from scrap, build MRIs from scrap. These people were so smart. Didn't have a time of day to even talk to say hi to their own family members. How they gonna talk to strangers for 7, 8 hours on the phone?
Mind you, if you have 3, 4 children and you're on for 5 hours and you never hear them, that's really impressive. Yes. Allegedly.
Yes, and that's an excellent point. Excellent point. Yeah. Who has the time?
Excellent point.
This is ridiculous. I don't understand people. And I hate the way. And when I used to listen to her. Now I came in the very end. I came in March. Was March or April? I started watching her. Because I remember Tasha K introduced her to me because they were talking about something else last year. I didn't even know she had a show. So Tasha K introduced me to her and I started listening. I saw her in March. I said, oh, this is all about the tea. Okay, let me see what she's doing. I saw the panel. Like everyone else, 95% of people came there for the panel. Love players. I love players. Bishop loved him. You know, Marcella. I didn't too much trust Marcella at first, but as time goes on, I understand what Marcella, how she is now. Because I didn't really like her at first, but now I do, because I understand she was being played, manipulated. She's a victim like we are. You know,
100%.
and all that's, huh?
Oh, I said 100%. She was being exploited too. Yeah.
She was being played as the one who was the, and so how, that Monica, she used Marcella as the person to look at instead of looking at her. You know, she put Marcella as being the one that like Marcella was a con artist, like Marcella was doing the dirt and all that. It wasn't her at all.
The scapegoat.
So, you know, in the back of my head, she put Marcella up there like she was the one. And all the time she's taking Marcella's money. And Marcella said she thought, and I did too. When I was sending money to to the AATT, I thought they split up evenly. 95% of people thought they split the money up evenly.
Me too.
I didn't know this woman was taking all the money and giving $200-300. If I had known that, I would look like y'all call, what's it, LCID, the Illinois, what's the thing called? The federal business something with employees or something. I would have called them right away if I knew that. I had no idea she was paying them $200 a month.
A month.
Yes.
Not even a week. A month. Where she was easily clearing more than that a night.
God, please. I was sending at least because I try to make I did the super chat because I like the panel so much. I was at least doing like $15, $10-15 a night.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch every night.
How many people she had? Because during the heyday time, she had over 100K. So imagine at least, even if you said just $10, how many times X amount of people willing to give?
Yes.
Think about how much money she was making. Plus, on top of that, membership fees.
Yes.
So if you go to the community membership levels, she was making that money too. Plus the money that YouTube pays you when you get monetized for ads.
Mm-hmm.
So she had 3 revenue streams going. The YouTube ads that YouTube pays you directly when your videos get monetized. She had the nightly super chats from everybody bringing in the money, and then she had the third revenue stream was the community.
Mm-hmm.
Being certain levels of teacuppers. So she was making 3 revenue streams off of those people, paying them $50 a week. That's what it breaks out to. $200 a month, a week. What's 50 divided by? They were on there for like what? Eat like 6 nights a week.
Hours.
7 hours. Let's just be conservative and say it was Monday through Friday. We know it was more than that, but conservative. That's 5 days. 50 divided by 5 is what? $10. They were making $10 a day, being on there for 2 to 3 hours. Let's just say that they were on there for 2 hours. Again, being super conservative. What is 10 divided by 2? 5. They were making $5 an hour.
And you know what, Candy? This is the point I'm trying to make.
Girl, bye.
I know. It shows you
from a white woman.
But it just shows you how I'm older. I'm about twice your age, Candy. I'm an older woman. When I lived through life, one thing I learned, I'm serious. You're beautiful, Candy. I just love you. I love your voice. I love the way you look, everything. You just such a beautiful. And you know what makes you even more beautiful? Your inner spirit makes you look even more beautiful. You know.
Thank you.
Yes, it does. I'm not telling no lies. I'm telling the truth. Okay. But anyway, I want to say that it shows you, as I've been on this earth for a long time, and one thing I've noticed, people really don't get away with a lot of stuff. It may seem like they do, but in the end, they really don't.
Yep.
They really don't.
Speaking of, I want to say a quick thank you so much to Deanna Jones for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. She says, Candy, thank you for supporting the other YouTubers. With this evil spirit, evil does not like to hear anything about God. Yeah, I mean, that is true. And I think that as YouTubers, content creators, whatever you're doing, even just as people in the chat, we need to support each other. We need to not be family. We need to be community. And community is about collaborating and supporting each other. The word family is way too weighted. you know, there's dysfunctional families, there's unhealthy families. You feel obligation to family. Family is too big of a word. Let's become a community where we help and support each other grow.
Yes.
That's what we want.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the truth.
Thank you so much, Avalon Park. You can hang out if you want. You can drop off, up to you. Just hang out if you want, because we can get back to you. But I wanted to give, is it Cephas? Or Cephas? Cephas. Hi, Cephas. Yeah, do you want to share?
Hey, Candy.
Oh, wait,
nice
one second.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, yeah. House of the Princess, thank you so much, sweetheart. You said Schoolboy has never met Monica. I spoke with her in Atlanta. Hey, Candy Canes. Some things aren't that deep. Yeah. Thank you so much, sweet princess, for the super chat and for clearing that up. So, Cephas, the floor is yours. Yes.
Sure. First of all, hey, and also hi to House of the Princess. Nice to meet you guys. I wish I had actually caught the live like 2 days ago. I actually caught it yesterday, and my mind blew. Like it was so crazy when Blaine called in, because at first you're thinking that she's just like a regular person, and then you're like, hey, wait a minute, that voice sounds kind of familiar. And then it's just like levels of realization that are happening like in real time. And so I was really lucky to catch the rerun, because I was able to, like, you know, rewind, and I had to rerun it and watch everything 3 times, like once to get the actual voice, and then another time to catch the comments and the chat, and then just like what people were saying, and then another time just like it was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry for cursing. It was like a WTF moment. It was like a WTF moment where you're watching her like literally trying to play you, and it's like, do you not know that we know what your voice sounds like at this point, even with the voice recorder? But the other thing was that the other night when you had So Debonair and House of Princess on, I had a few questions myself. Like I'm really curious to know like what that initial conversation was like between them and Monica, where like when she first reached out to them and said like, hey, like I'd like you to be on my nighttime panel, or I'd like for you to call in more. Like the questions like, okay, like great, thank you for having me, but what sort of compensation am I getting? You know, even I mean, and I think just having that conversation, you'd realize like how full of crap Monica was.
Yeah. I think to that question, I think it was more of like the way Monica positioned herself was like, I am the authority and I have this platform. And anyone who I allow on my platform, I'm giving them such a great opportunity to be seen.
But then
Rather than actually reaching out and being like, hey, I'm building this business and platform. I'm looking for collaborators to, you know, be on the panel. Let's put together like a compensation package, see what your schedule is like. Let's make sure that we can do this. I think the manipulation came in is when she tried to make people feel like they needed her, or that somehow she was doing them a favor by allowing them to be on the panel.
But the other thing too is that like people like So Debonair, like he already had a podcast going into that situation. So it's not like he was so it's not like he was like, you know, starting from fresh. But I would think like, okay, after like a week or two or even a month of doing that sort of work, you would realize, hey, like this wasn't what I thought I got myself into, and then just have like a follow-up conversation about renegotiating the compensation. But I guess at that point the manipulation was too deep into it, where I don't know what the situation was, of course. But I don't know. I'd like to hear what Princess had to say if she wants to like chime in or say something in the comments.
Well, Princess did a whole live on it, giving her side of the story, how everything went down and the conversations she's had. Yeah, so I'll link that, and of course I'll let her speak for herself, but just from my perspective, my answer to that would be hindsight is always 2020, right?
Right.
I think sometimes when you get in a situation, it's hard to say, well, what is the most logical, ethical, healthy next move, right? Like you don't think of it that way. And also the way it was structured, it wasn't like, you know, going into a corporate office or to an actual establishment where you're like, hey, HR, can we renegotiate the terms of my contract? Like there wasn't a contract. And then also by that point, there was so much interpersonal drama going on that really distracted from anything else. You know, there was the beef between Schoolboy and Marcella, and then So Debonair and Bishop, and then Princess and Marcella, and then Plez and these other persons. So when you get people divided and distracted, vying for this mythical position to have that you have ownership over, it's a really good way to keep them distracted from being like, hey, wait a minute. I'm spending all these hours. I'm adding all of this value. I'm not getting compensated by money. What's going on? It's chaos and confusion is a good way to keep people stuck.
Divide and
to keep people
conquer.
distracted, divide and conquered, and distracted from what is actually going on.
Right.
And also, when Princess was on, we also talked about this. There are other, especially when it comes to being a content creator and in the YouTube space and an influencer and all that stuff, there's different ways to be compensated that's not necessarily money. So you may have your own platform and you're doing your own thing, but if someone has a bigger platform and they bring you on, getting that exposure is a form of equity. All equity isn't money. So if I'm going to go on and be on somebody's panel, maybe they're not paying me, but having the exposure to their followers and to their audience could up people and bring people to me. Sort of the way Monica used the daytime panel, right? The daytime panel wasn't paying Monica, but they would have her come on their panels, and then they would say on their shows, oh, go to All About the Tea. I'm going to be a panelist, blah, 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 blah. So the equity, the value that Monica got was A, being co-signed by people who are reputable, and B, being able to tap into their audience. Also experience, right? So maybe you do have your own platform and you're doing your own thing, but being a part of a panel, learning for someone who is saying, I've been in the game for 8 years, who has connections at Bravo, who's being mentioned on the Wendy Williams show, who's getting, the housewives to come on and all of that stuff. So equity and value could also be exposure, and it can be experience, and it can be networking, and it can be connections. So I think the panelists began thinking that, like, this is going to be a great experience for me to get all of these things. It may not be this big check, but there's other ways for me to get value. But then it turned into more of exploitation and entitlement, and more of like, I don't want to see you grow and leave. I just want to use you for what I want to use you for. And when you want to leave, the mentality was, what do you mean you're leaving? I made you. Rather than, we are this so-called family, and I'm excited to see you grow and move on. So I think that's kind of why hindsight is 2020, because of course it's very easy to say, oh, well, why didn't you just quit? Why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you just negotiate, right? Like, it's very easy to be removed from a situation and to have hindsight in 2020, but when you're in it and you're being manipulated, it's kind of hard sometimes to have that perspective and to see things, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have very
I'm sorry.
and very no, I'm saying you have very valid points and very valid questions, because on the outside looking in, of course we're going to ask those questions. Well, like, why didn't you have a contract? Why didn't you negotiate? Like, all of those things, right? So very valid questions to have. Yeah. Hi, Appy News. Hey, sweetheart.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Love your commentaries today.
Yay! Do you want to share, sweetie?
Yeah, sure. For me, it was the blame shifting. The fact that, she came in here and she was like, these people are adults, and how can you, say that they were manipulated, and that I'm the one, like, using that language was very abusive to me. It was, I felt like she was re-traumatizing the panel again. And so it's a big lesson for me as a viewer. I will, before I trust someone on their channel, I will have to see their face. So thank you, Marcella, for that advice. It's a great piece of advice. I need to see your face, and I need to, even the language that you're using needs to be positive and uplifting. And, that's a great lesson that I've learned from this experience. And one thing that made it clear to me that she was the avatar was the secrecy. I have receipts, but I'm going to, I'm not. You're here. Share them with us. Tell us. You're here. You're here. You want to play devil's advocate? Well, tell us. Support your argumentation. And the fact that she felt comfortable to come and speak her mind and be like, it was that her aura, her anger, her energy, all of that was just palpable. It was, you could feel it.
Yes.
No, I will never trust an avatar again. I'm done.
Yeah.
That was her. That was her yesterday. I'm like, no, that was her. You never heard it was her. That's you should. Candy, that's you should have yesterday. You should have said what I'm like on her like nose here. You never.
And to your point, Candy, I agree. I don't see you guys' names, so I'm sorry. To your point, Candy, one thing also that someone else has shared on their channel was that she would tell them that if they were to start their channel, like Ples had a channel, she wasn't allowed to use to talk about entertainment news. To be in the same lane as her or cover the same subjects that she was covering during our show. So all these little things. You want people to grow. You want people to do what you do, to learn from you. And instead, she was actually, like you said, she was trying to keep them under her, umbrella, under her tree, under her spell, So the aura wasn't good at all. Her energy, no, that anger is not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Right.
You could feel it like oozing through the screen. I'm shaking. How dare you? Be quiet. Let me get this out. It was just like, girl, how old are you? Having a temper tantrum. Like my niece is way more mature and put together than that. And then Blaine, aka Avatar Monica, I think she mistakes my kindness for weakness. I'm a very kind person, but I am not a weak bitch. So it's like, don't come on my platform trying to play me and intimidate me and start fishing for stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just because I'm kind doesn't mean I'm not strong. And I do think she came on that she could punk me a little bit.
No, I don't think she did. I think she was. That's the way I read it. To me, she was addressing the panel, her former panelist. She was a little bit threatening them in a way. You had your poker face. You let her talk so that she could hang herself, really literally. Like she said what she had to say. And we all caught it. We all saw through the lies. We all saw through what she was saying, that it was the avatar. So that alone, you got points in my eyes, honestly. Like, no, you were very classy. You kept your composure.
Yes, you did. You did.
She wasn't fucking you. She was fucking herself. She played herself.
She did play herself. And Appy, I agree with you 100%. I do think she came on thinking that I would allow her, like she could punk me and I could allow her to like exploit her time to talk about the panel and to get her point across. I don't think she expected me to like challenge her. Sort of the same way Schoolboy did, right? When Schoolboy called in, she was like, these are baited questions. In my mind, I'm just like, they're not baited questions. Like, you asked to come on my show. I'm going to ask you what everyone wants to know. And if something that you're saying is a jive, we're going to have to talk about it. So that's
no,
so I agree
on the dark side.
She could come on and like use me to like spread her propaganda, but I mean, no. We don't do that in the candy shop.
No, we keep it classy. Sorry.
Exactly. Way too classy.
She wanted, you know what, Candy? She wanted herself. She wanted herself to become look more intelligent than what she really was. They called her yesterday, Blaine, whatever. You can tell. I've been around highly intelligent people. She was play acting. That was not a highly intelligent person. She was play acting. She wanted herself to become like she was more, but she wasn't.
Yeah. No, 100%. Sis says, where are Candy's mods? I still don't have any. I know, I'm slipping. I need to get some. I will get some because now I need them. But usually, honestly, when I do like my self-care sessions or if it's like a reality show recap, I don't even really need mods. We kind of just have a flow. But I think it's when I do Avatar stuff, she sends out her people to attack us. So I have to be more diligent and when I cover this subject to get some mods in here. Yeah. But you guys are so right. Whew, but we have been on here for over 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on in the chat box. Something's going on with a guy named Levon. Just be cool, Levon. Just be cool. Let's see here. Quentin says, I'm sure if you check other shows, you see me there too. Okay. F YouTube says, mod me. Yes, I will be getting mods. Cherry says, Monica couldn't read either. That's why she would have the panel read stuff. Yeah, I mean, she always did have the panel read because she said she couldn't see. So, yeah. Levon goes, I am cool, LOL. Yes, baby, yes. Welcome to the Candy Canes. Welcome to the candy shop. We get down and dirty in here, you guys. Yes, we do. All right, so we have been in here for over 2 hours. So if you're still in here and you're still having a good key, don't forget to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell and to share this. If you think someone would like this or they want to see it, don't forget to share this video. Yes. We're going to stay on for this a little bit longer, but I got some plans tonight, guys. I'm going out, so I'm going to have to get off and get all pretty and done up. So there's an event tonight that I'm going to that I'm really excited about because I haven't been out with the pandemic and everything. So it's nice to get some semblance of a social life back. So I'm really excited about that. And hopefully we don't get the Delta variant going on so we can stay out and about. Yes. That's what you guys are saying. Alexa Wells says, great job. Hashtag on my own terms. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Young Rich says, yes, queen. Yes. That's what you guys are saying. Katrina says, Levon, do you know Kenya Harrison? I don't want to say anybody's name. I don't want to dox anyone. Mary says, young Rich. Dante said, no, I didn't curse. All right, you guys. I think we're going to wrap it up, and StreamYard is being all finicky. So I'm going to make sure that it's not a tech issue on my end with my computer or connection. But, oh wait, Young Rich says, what happened to Sherelle World though? So didn't Sherelle World, she was with Sherelle's World, kind of used her to get subscribers and notoriety, and then learned that Sherelle and Perry were actually married. And then somehow her and John Yates used that information, tried at least to use that information against them. So basically like betraying them. Like, I'm going to come into your confidence. You're going to show me the YouTube ropes. I'm going to get some of your subscribers. And then now I'm going to try and say something to tear you down to build my platform up. I believe that's what happened, right? You guys check me if I'm wrong.
Candy, I'm going to
Oh, go on, Avalon Park. Yeah.
No, I mean to stop you, Candy. I'm the one that told you that in the chat a couple of weeks ago. When all this stuff went down with the Avatar, they brought us some old footage from Sherelle's World. Sherelle was crying. Her and her husband, they was consoling her and everything. This one, her and John had fell out. John Yates had fell out. Because Monica came on Sherelle's channel. Sherelle was talking to my interviewing her. John, the week or two, I don't know what it was, a week or two. I'm sorry.
Oh no, 1 second. So actually what they're talking about is, and thank you for that recap, Avalon Park. I appreciate it. But what they're talking about is they're Young Rich and people are saying, no, she called someone a house N-word. And
that's what I told you. I said in the chat. I told you that in the chat. It was Busy Blue. Sherelle got into
Blue and Sherelle.
Yes, they got into it.
If I missed your chat, I'm so sorry, Avalon. I've been trying to do everything. So thank you so much for putting it in the chat. But let's talk about that before we go, because that is a big deal. That is a really big deal. I'm gonna have to go back and try and watch that. But that is insane if Sherelle really said that.
Yes, I was shocked.
So Avalon, you saw it. You saw it yourself.
Busy Blue and Jolene did emergency chat today. Emergency ER chat today because Sherelle had called Busy Blue an in-house, not just an N-word, a house N-word, which is worse than a regular N-word.
Yeah, it is worse.
And then he worked for a white woman. And he panted to a white woman. Now Sherelle panting to John. Isn't John white?
Yeah.
Whoa. So did Sherelle say this on a live? Did she
No,
text it? Like, how did
she messaged him personally, messaged him personally, said all this.
Wow.
Look at Jolene and Busy Blue. If they showed it, huh?
It was a 4-way group text message.
Yeah, they said it today. Today, Jolene was so upset. Jolene said, I got to come on here and defend my boy. Sherelle, you're doing wrong. You're attacking my boy. Busy Blue had cried. He cried. Because he felt Sherelle was like a real friend to him. And
I believe he cried because he has such a good, open spirit,
yes,
such a warm heart.
He's an empath like I am. I'm an empath too. We very emotional.
What I'm more shocked about is like Sherelle would say that.
I don't know what, unless John got a hold of her account and he did it himself. He got a hold of her account and he did it behind her back. I don't know what happened. But Sherelle went off on Busy to my how he ain't this, he ain't that, and you a house N-word and you work for a white woman. And Jolene got highly upset because she's like, wait a minute, hold up. We were all friends. You know how Jolene and Busy Blue do the parodies?
Yeah.
You know, they do the parodies. They're hilarious. They're hilarious. And Sherelle got upset about that. Child, the YouTube streets ain't no joke. The YouTube streets ain't no joke. Candy, be careful on YouTube streets. Be careful, baby. Be careful.
No, I mean, I stay to myself. Like, please, I'm not trying to get involved. We keep it love and light over here. Love and light in Candy Shop. Miss me with all that stuff.
No, Candy's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, just keep it the great energy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
you get back what you put out.
Exactly. I'm going to reach out to him and just be like, I'm so sorry. I just heard about this. Just so he knows that he has support with everyone. You know what I mean? Wow. That is crazy.
My thing is, Sherelle, you pampering to a white drug addict that's not allegedly, that is real drug addict. And you see he talking to Jolene, who's a professional comedian, been around the world. Who got the worst deal?
And this is the thing. You're allowed to collaborate with whoever you choose to collaborate with. And from what I've seen, Jolene seems like a really nice, respectable, normal, funny person, like white or black. She just seems like a good person. And then Sherelle, I was looking at her side-eyed when she came back friends with John, who, white or not, he backstabbed you and played you. So you're really bringing somebody back in your fold that literally played you and tried to bring your platform down. But now you want to come at Busy and Jolene just because they're doing their thing and they're having success, and now we're talking about them and they're on the come up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you really think it's a house N-word, or are you just jealous of their shine and you're worried that us smaller YouTubers are picking up steam, and you're saying that to break his spirit because you want to maintain your position?
All that I know is John got a hold of her account and he sent that message. That's all that I can say. Now John got a hold of her account, sent that message, then they probably, I don't know. But I don't know. I was shocked when I heard about that. I saw that today. I was shocked.
Wow, because I saw like their thumbnail and it said something like people are coming after us or something like that. But I didn't have the time to watch. I'm going to go back and watch everything, because if this is true, I'm really disappointed in Sherelle's world, and I'm going to not support and unsubscribe because, again, I don't believe in bashing other YouTubers, but I also believe in standing up for what's right. And if you're going around calling someone the house N-word, that is just wrong on all levels.
She's showing you right there. Look at that. She's showing you right there at the top. Look at that. She's showing you.
Yeah. No, I see. Wow.
I watched Jolene and Busy Blue, and I was shocked when they came on. They came on while I was at work. They used to come on while I work. They used to come on after I get from work. And I said, "What are they doing on?" And she said, "This is ER Emergency Lab. We're gonna talk about this right now." Jolene was so pissed. She turned red. She was so pissed.
Of course. Well, because if Busy's the house N-word, what is she? The master?
Yeah, that's what Sherelle was saying.
No, I get it, and of course she's offended because she isn't like that. Like, if you're a good person and somebody is trying to put you in a position of calling you massa or racist or whatever, of course you're going to get upset and defend yourself. And I don't think their dynamic is like that
and
at all.
Busy, he was crying. He was crying. It was sad. It was so sad. Busy was crying.
I'm going to reach out to them because honestly, I want to give them a shout out too, because when I was doing my very, very first lives a couple weeks ago, they shouted me out on their channel, and they took screen grabs and told people about my interviews that I did with Schoolboy and everybody else. And they credited me back and talked about my channel and everything. And so they were very kind and very gracious and welcoming. And I didn't ask for it. They just did it. Because that's the type of people they are. And I think that Sherelle is just threatened that there's a new grade, a new crop coming up of influencers and YouTubers, but she needs to realize working together will be stronger. Like, there's enough for all of us. When you try and tear each other down, that's when we're going to have each other's back.
Yep.
So I'm going to support Jolene.
And also, like, what's for you is
now, can I use a little backstory? Go ahead.
Exactly, Cephas. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Avalon Park. Yeah.
I'll give you a little backstory. Like I said from the beginning, that's all I started from the beginning. Now, Sherelle had interviewed Avatar Monica, the clown, or who she is, okay? She interviewed her this is like 7-8 months ago. This is months ago. So, after that interview, her and John got into it. Because John found out that Perry was her husband. See, I knew her and Perry was kind of close. I could tell they knew each other. Either it was her brother or some type of boyfriend. I knew anybody who had common sense could figure that out. Her and Perry was something going with them. I didn't think about her husband. I just think about somebody she was close with, right? Her and Perry. Because Perry come up on the channel too, right? So John got upset that he some kind of way, I don't know how he found out that Perry was her husband, okay? So he leaves Sherelle, goes to the Avatar, talking about on the Avatar, ATT, talking about it on that channel. Talking about Sherelle, all but this is Sherelle talk about Sherelle so bad, to my parents so bad and everything. And the Avatar was amen in the whole amen the whole thing. Allow him to talk to her about Sherelle down, right? Now, I don't watch Sherelle all the time, okay? From that point on, all I know, I turned on Sherelle like last month. John is on there on her channel again. I said, what happened?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you let someone stab you in the back, actually stab you in the front. Like, he did it in your face. He wasn't trying to hide that he was playing you and trying to bring you down. He stabbed you in the front. And then you bring him back into the fold like everything is like cool. But now you want to come after Busy and Jolene, who are just like really decent, funny people who actually have real talent. Like, Jolene is a comedian. Busy is hilarious. They do reenactments. They do impersonations. They improv. Like, this is a real talent that they have.
Yes.
And
Jolene has the best one-liners.
The best one-liners, and no shade to anybody like myself. I don't do impersonations. I just come up here and talk, which is a different skill set, but they bring actual talent, which is different. And to come after them when they're so loving and funny and they bring levity to the situation. And as a Black woman, I take offense to Sherelle calling anybody a house N-word. I take a deep offense to that. A very deep offense to that. So what, when we're doing well, when we have expanded social circles, when we carry ourselves in a certain way, when we're on the come up, all of a sudden it can't just be our own Black excellence. It can't just be our own Black girl magic. It can't be our own Black boy joy. We have to be a house N-word and give credit to somebody outside of ourselves.
That's that jealousy.
Exactly. It's nothing but jealousy. Nothing but jealousy. That's exactly what it is. And I take offense to that. Busy is extremely intelligent. He's a lawyer. He is funny. He's caring. He's empathic. He has great comedic timing. They have great chemistry. They're a really great duo. But you want to put his shine and come up on the fact that he's with a white person? As if he couldn't get his shine on his own, which he does. They play off of each other. But you want to take away his credibility by calling him the house N-word because you're worried about your own come up and you're worried about being taken over. But the people who have that mentality, the truth is you end up eating yourself. You chop your nose to spite your face. Mm-hmm. No one can take your place. You burn down your own house, which is exactly what happened to Avatar Monica. The reason why this whole thing has been going on for a month and dragged out is because she burned down her own house. All she had to do was like, Plez is leaving. Let's throw her a party. See ya, Plez. Let's find someone to take her place. Cool. And that would have been it. The scam would have been flowing. The scam would have been going on. She would have been getting those super chats and her 3 revenue streams. She would have been still rolling in.
Especially
she burned down her own house.
Especially all that time that they invested. I mean, you would think for someone to be on that panel 5 days a week for that many hours, like that's how you're going to repay them at the end. Like, just give that woman like a decent send off, and like you said, like you could have just kept the scheme going. But she's just too full of herself, and she doesn't know how to apologize. She doesn't know how to take accountability, and that's why she's stuck. Apology.
Yeah.
Just own up to it.
Tells you what she thinks about him.
Exactly. And it also tells you what she thinks about herself. Because narcissistic people are so deeply insecure that they get their validation and sense of worth out of how other people perceive them. So she has to pump herself up in order to feel good about herself. So in order for her to feel good about herself, she has to be here and we have to be beneath her.
Right.
Oh, yes.
So it really is a reflection of how she feels about herself. That's why she was so bothered when Plez was a fan favorite.
Yes.
And that's why she worked so hard behind the scenes to pit people against Plez.
Mm-hmm.
Because wait, if people like you, that means they don't like me, right?
Right.
Because there's only room for one of us to be liked.
And if you guys are an alleged family and she's supposed to be their mother, as a mother figure, you'd want your children to fly off the bird's nest and grow and succeed, and then you could look back and say like, oh, those are my children right there, right? But
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do you know how she when she came in yesterday, the day before yesterday, and you have a platform, you have an audience, you have someone listening to you. She could have used that time to simply say, okay, guys, I want to have that conversation with you guys. What if you thought about this situation a different way? Or she could have explained herself in a way that could have been very impactful. Like, you can play devil's advocate. You can have a conversation with people. We're all very intelligent men and women and people here. She could have just explained her position. This is how I do business. This is how I would like to push back a little bit on how you guys are feeling. And just explain a different point of view. That's what the word I was looking for. Just a different point of view. Explain, this is my position. This is how I do business. Or without revealing yourself, without revealing herself. She could have just offered a different point of view. But instead, she chose anger. She chose to shift, to blame shift, to all these things, all these tactics that are not necessary. Candy was offering you her platform to speak your mind. Just offer a different point of view. That's all. We can all have a discussion and disagree. That's all. There's no need to be petty. There's no need to be like, well, she needs to get off YouTube and blah, blah, blah. That wasn't necessary. The lady is offering you her platform to speak your mind, like we all do here. And that mentality needs to go. It's not necessary. There's enough for everybody. Like Plez said, like you said, Candy,
Yeah.
There's no need for this. It's unnecessary, honestly.
It just makes me really sad. Like maybe I am a little naive and Pollyanna, but there's a part of me that's holding out hope that this isn't true. Maybe there's some type of miscommunication or somebody did something, but like to be realistic, I believe Busy. So I think it probably did happen. It's just so disheartening. Hey B, thank you for the super sticker and the super chat. She goes, are you not meant to be going out, girl? Yes, I will be going out. I will be going out. I will be going out. Yes, I'm excited. Do you guys want to know where I'm going?
Sure.
So tonight I am obsessed with true crime and true crime podcast. So did you guys listen to or know about the Dr. Death podcast? It was about the guy, Christian Dunst, who was like, he was like pretending to be. He did go to medical school, but I don't know if he like graduated or whatever whatever the case may be. But he was pretending to be a surgeon, like this like highly certified surgeon. And when he would go in and do the surgeries, he would botch them. So like people would go in, like he killed a couple of people. Some people were paralyzed. Some people had like permanent nerve damage. And so it was like this whole thing where these two doctors got together to like take him out of commission. And he's like in jail now from doing all this stuff. So they called him Dr. Death. And they turned it into a TV show on Peacock for NBC starring Christian Slater, Alec Baldwin, and Joshua Jackson. And tonight is the red carpet premiere party for the TV show. And I got invited to go. So I'm excited to go, and it's going to be really fun. And they're going to show us an episode and then do a podcast recording. And I'm going to fangirl a little bit in my seat. But I'm pretty cool. In my mind, I'll fangirl, but like outwardly, I'll play it cool. I'll play it cool.
Okay, all right.
Have fun.
I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll show you guys pictures and stuff from the evening, so I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right, guys, we have been on here for 2.5 hours. We went through all of it. I want to thank everyone who called in. Caddy, Cephas, Happy News, Avalon Park, Marcella, Lulu. If you called in and I missed your name, I apologize, but thank you. To all of my candy canes, I love you. Miss Bernice, love you. And thank you for calling in as well. Thank you, everyone, for being in the chats. I love you and I appreciate you. Even if you came in and trolled in a respectful way, thank you for trolling in a respectful way. All the mean trolls, hopefully I blocked you. And yeah, I love you guys. Everyone be safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Watch out for avatars. And yes, I will either be back tomorrow or Saturday. So hit that notification bell so you get notified when we go live. I'm going to get the StreamYard situation figured out so I'm not so shaky the whole time. So yes, I love you guys. Thank you for riding with me. I appreciate you.
Thanks
I
for
love you
having
guys tonight. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Cephas. It was so nice to meet you. Caddy B, you are beautiful. Happy News. You know you're my girl. Avalon Park, you always bring the tea. So I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. And thank you so much. Mwah. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. Yeah.